These are some of the best bases I've built in 99 Nights in the Forest. Starting out with my biggest food base, which took almost 10 hours to make. Then the biggest base. And finally the hexagon base, which I built recently, where I had free cam. So that was really cool to look at. So let's get into it. Because the fishing update is now here, I can build one of the coolest bases in the game. I'm gonna be building the biggest food base, where I'm gonna have 3 walls. One with the max level fire ring, the second where we have 5 torches expanding the base, and the third where we have 10 torches expanding the base, all with different types of food. Now you just saw it, but I have no idea what we're gonna do with this base yet. I'm not sure which food we're gonna put in which ring, but I do know it's gonna look very cool. Now I did just realize though, I'm playing the fisherman. Instead of playing the fisherman, I'm actually gonna play the farmer. That way we can get a ton more food, and that should be more efficient than just getting better fish. So let me quickly get fire level 3, and we're also gonna be getting all 4 kids for this base. Alright, fire level 3. Now I do need to go find a weapon before we go get the first kid, because I do want to be careful. I don't want to die. Or actually, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take all this coal, and this might be enough to get me to fire level 4. See if this works. Almost. Let me actually just get a bit more wood, and we can get level 4 fire pretty much right off the bat, and hopefully that'll help us find a weapon faster. Alright, there we go. Got 3 wood left over for a map as well. We're already doing pretty good. We're gonna build this base as fast as possible, giving us more time to make it really good. There we go. Okay, we got a rifle before even anything else, but this will be good enough to go get the first kid, and definitely the second kid. We just need enough ammo. Wait, whoa. I think they fixed it. The farmer used to not actually give you apple trees, but we just got an apple tree. Interesting. Okay, so I could pick the apples just like this by putting it in the sack, and I think you cut it down just like any other tree. So actually, that'll help us to get a bunch of apples. We could use that as part of our food. So we're just gonna start a little pile right here, and right now I'm just eating a bunch of morsels because I don't have any stable source of food yet. But let me get the good sack real quick, and now let's go get the first kid. Alright, first kid is safe. I'm also gonna get the good axe with the... Oh, interesting. Wait, why in the world would I trade for an old rod? I'm actually a little bit curious about that. There's like 17 of them back here. Yeah, I see them right there. They're all right here. I wonder, why does he trade them? That's interesting. Maybe in the future they won't have this building here. I'm not sure. But let me try to cut down this apple tree, see if it gives more wood or less wood. Yeah, it seems to be about the same wood. We got 3 right here, 3 right here, 3 and 3. Okay. Now for this base, I'm gonna have to get an absolute ton of scrap because we're gonna be using shelves to build our walls. And each of those, although they're only 2 scrap, it is still gonna be a lot of shelves. Alright, we just got level 5 fire. We also got a spear. So let me use that to go get the second kid. And I'm trying to think what we should do for this base. I'm thinking the inner ring should be the more rare foods because I'm not gonna have as many of them. And then the outer ring should be something just ridiculously easy. So I think the outer ring, what we should do is, because even we're playing the farmer class, the outer ring should be full of fruit or vegetables that you grow out of the ground. Don't think you can grow any fruits in this game yet. Actually, I can grow the apple because I'm the farmer, so we might put that in the outer ring as well. Well, it's a little difficult to get the second kid when all 4 of them are chasing you, so let me revive. Alright, second kid is now safe. I do need more rifle ammo before I go get the third kid though. But we have a ton of wood and scrap, so let me upgrade the crafting bench twice, and then let me also start to get farm plots, which we're gonna be using these in these asterisk-like patterns. So right now it's in a plus sign, but you can plant, I don't know, like 10 of them on top of each other by doing it diagonally and very precisely, which will allow me to literally water like 10 farm plots all at once, making this way more efficient. And because I'm the farmer and I have the max level, every single farm plot will get me at least 1 pumpkin. So we're gonna have a very nice food source and also a lot of pumpkins for our wall. But in order to start the wall, we do need the level 6 fire. So let me get the sundial just so I know what time of day it is. We got a minute 40. I think I should just go out and loot, try to get some fuel, and then come back to the base. Okay, this is perfect. I just found chili seeds. I'm gonna pick those up. I'm also picking up all these fruits and vegetables, and the chilies will actually add a lot to our variety. Now, the one thing I do need to do better is that I haven't been picking up cakes. I've been eating them. So instead, we need to pick up the cakes and bring them back, and I'm wondering how many we can get. Got a bunch of fuel. Don't think this is enough for fire level 6 though. We're about halfway so far. Alright, just got another farm plot. So we put it just like this, and we can put a bunch more when we have the wood for it. So let me actually go get more wood, and then we'll also replant the saplings, and while we're going out and getting scrap and fuel, we should have enough food for what we need. We only really need 20 farm plots and maybe a few other things. I'm not exactly sure yet. We're gonna have to think about that. Alright, we already got some of our food to grow, but now I'm gonna start separating it. So pumpkins we'll put here, we'll pick up the apples and we'll put them over here, add our carrots right here, and corn off to the side. Now these are all most likely gonna be in the outer ring, and then I'll probably put fish on the middle ring because fish are decently easy to get. But as for the inner ring, I'm wondering what we can do. But let me just get some chilies real quick because I do see a bunch of them around me now. Alright, there we go. Got 25 chilies, and I'm actually gonna go grab a few more. I also do want to get the berries berries. These are gonna be nice for the base. Put our berries off to a separate pile. And so far, everything's going good. I just do need to go get more fuel. So let me also get a biofuel processor and a boost pad. I also just realized we do need to get the third kid. So we found the place by accident, but I do need to take care of these wolves too, because I prefer life. Not having bite marks in your legs is actually a pretty cool feeling. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced it, but that's what I'm trying to do right now. Got the bear pelt, which will give us the final pelt trade, and an oil barrel. These are what we need right now. Got the strong axe too. That'll actually help us to get some wood. There we go. All right, we're back to the base. My fire is also about to go out, so it's a good thing we have fuel. Third kid is back at the base as well. Pelt trader also just showed up. That's perfect timing. And we have more apple trees as well. Let me get the iron armor. We need that right now. I'm getting close to dying quite a lot. All right, let's see. Do the apples just fall? Okay, they do. So you can just cut down the trees and the apples will be there. All right, we're about to hit fire level 6. I'm just going to get a few of these carrots. We're going to be growing a ton of them anyway, and that should get us to the max level. There we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut down all the trees we have right here and get a few more farm plots just so we can get our fruit up pretty quickly, because we are going to be filling up an entire level 10 torch wall with a bunch of vegetables and fruit. That's probably going to take quite a lot, so it's always good to start as soon as possible. I'm also curious how many farm plots you can get in one spot. So let me craft 2 more, and with this will be 5. So there we go. There's 4 and there's 5. Use the watering can as well. There we go. So now we need to build an entire wall made out of shelves around this circle, and then we'll make it bigger with torches. So one thing I just realized, the apples seem to be bugged. If you pick them up after chopping down a tree, they don't appear in your sack. There's nothing in here. And I'm not eating them too, because my hunger bar is not going up. So for now, I'm just going to eat and they don't even work. Okay, so don't just chop down the tree. Make sure you pick off the apples if you can. So in order to preserve the apples, I'm going to plant these in a line like this. Not as a wall, but just to have them a little bit separate. But we do also have 50 more wood, which means we're going to have a total of 10 farm plots now. So I wonder, can we plant all these? There's 6, there's 7, there's 8, there's 9, and there's 10. 10 farm plots in one. It almost looks like a circle now, but because I can water them all at the same time, it makes it a lot easier. But now let's make all of our shelves, which will actually be 30 old shelves already, and let's see if we can fill in this first wall. All right, we just placed all of them. That's 30 shelves, and we are close to being done. We have about 25% left to go. But now what I'm gonna do, we're gonna go get a bunch of scrap, because we're gonna need about 60 for all 10 of our torches, and also a ton more for the walls. So I'm gonna be looking for things like washing machines, tires, microwaves, and also the engine. And we will also make a crock pot. That way I can have food whenever we go out, but also for the wall, which might be what we make our inner wall. Inner wall will be stew, then we'll have fish, then we'll have fruits and vegetables. That actually might work. Or maybe the inner wall could be, I actually do have a few ideas now, because what are we going to do about things like cooked meat and cooked steak, or cooked morsel and cooked steak? Not exactly sure, but at least I have ideas now. We also did get the morning star, so not bad. All right, this is really good. We found a very big lake with the bones in it, and we also found the 4th kid's location. So let me see if we can get the 4th kid really quick. All right, this will be the last bear. Key fell right in there too, and we got the 4th kid and a mythic chest, and we got the riot shield. I don't think I've ever actually used the riot shield other than just holding it out. Okay, this is not good. My flashlight just ran out of battery, and we're out in the very outer ring with a bunch of bears, and the deer chasing me. I hear his footsteps, but I don't see him. We're also low on hunger, so I need to make it home as fast as possible. All right, we're back to base. I'm gonna eat a couple pumpkins. All right, 4th kid is safe, slightly over the apples, but that's fine. And our apple tree grew, so now let me grab all these by hand. There's also a few of them that seem to be in between. Yeah, right there. Okay, this is interesting. We got a bunch of our farm plots to grow. We also got a piece of cake. So let me put that off to the side. Let me grab all these pumpkins too. It's an insane amount of pumpkins. It's like 11 pumpkins in just one tiny spot. Insane. We're gonna have a lot of food. Grab all the corn as well. There were more pumpkins than corn. Then let me grab these 50,000 carrots. I'm also gonna use a few of these for some biofuel, because we're gonna have a ton of them anyway. Let me also get this wood, and we're gonna see if we can build even more farm plots on top of the ones we already have. All right, we got 50 wood. Now I am gonna use half of it on building torches, or actually that was a little bit more than half, so that way we'll be ready for when we want to expand the base. So I'm gonna build 2 more farm plots, a bunch more shelves, which should definitely finish out the wall. Then we'll place our torches for the next wall. So let's see. All right, this will make 11, and this barely will make 12. Insane how you could just place all these right on top of each other. But now let's finish that wall. All right, this should be the last. Actually, I want to place 2 shelves just in case. I want there to be no gap. There we go. All right, the first wall is officially complete, and I do think we should make this inner wall full of, maybe not stew actually. Maybe the second layer could be, I'm not sure what I want to do. Meat is insanely hard to get. This amount of meat, oh, is absolutely ridiculous. This is going to be so hard to get. So the first wall, we're definitely making meat. We're going to make it cooked morsel, steaks, and maybe even a few ribs if we go to get some mammoths. Now we have fish and fruits and vegetables left, and also stew. Now I'm thinking that the middle wall will make it full of fish. I think that would look pretty cool. And then the outer wall, we will make that of stew and vegetables and all that. So stew will actually be with the vegetables. And we also got another piece of cake because we have so many farm plots. It's actually coming by pretty quick. All right, so I'm going to put my shelves off to the side, or at least the extra ones that we have. Then we're going to place our 5 torches around the kids' tent. So 1 for each tent. And then we'll also put 1 behind the campfire. So now the new wall is going to be out here with even more shelves filled with fish, which is probably going to take an insane amount of time. I'm hoping maybe that sharks will take up an entire shelf. That would help a lot, but I guess we'll have to find out. All right, so I think what I want to do now is we're going to go get our fishing rod to level 2. So I'm going to use these fishing spots right here. Actually, you know what? I don't want to use this one. I want to use one that's further out and is a level 2 lake. That way we can get some salmon a lot faster, and although it might be a little bit harder, the XP is worth it just because the mackerel barely gives you anything. All right, here we go. This should be a level 2 lake. The color does look different. Yeah, there we go. We already got a hard one right off the bat, and I failed. There we go. Yeah, that's a ton of XP, so we just got to keep doing this. All right, so far we got 6 salmon, and also we're halfway to level 2. There we go. Our rod is ready for upgrade, so let's grab all this salmon, and then I think I'm gonna go out to the level 3 lake to try and get the strong rod as fast as possible. Put it in there, get the upgrade. All right, so let me drop off these salmon. We're not gonna be cooking them because if we cook the fish, they're all gonna be the same exact color. But now let's see, where is the 4th kid? I remember a lake being by where the 4th kid was held. Actually, you don't see it. Okay, it might be right here, this bottom right. It is covered up by a chest a little bit. So we're gonna have to go down to the bottom right. We also got more trees growing in, which means I think we'll be able to finish out our farm plots and make as many as you could possibly build. Okay, we're not there yet, but we have 4 more farm plots, which means this will bring us up to 16 in one spot if we can get them all placed, which it seems like we'll be able to. There we go. It is insane how many of these you could place on top of each other. But now let me head down to where the 4th kid was kept, and let's fish in that lake. Got another piece of cake, and here's the lake that I was looking for. So let's see what we can get. I'm thinking the swordfish shouldn't be too difficult. It might be just as difficult as the salmon was with the old rod. Okay, this is actually pretty easy. Hold up. Okay, it was a cultist gem. Nothing crazy. All right, now we got something going. That's the sword. Oh, dude. That gave me like a third of my XP. That is insane. All right, we got another one coming right here. All right. 1 more fish and we'll get the strong rod. All right, should be it. There we go. Rod is ready for upgrade. Let me take all this stuff back to the base. Okay, this is insane. This is just an insane amount of food. Now I'm gonna let it go by maybe a couple more days. That way they should actually, no, we're gonna do that later. I want to have all of them be in sync so that we have everything grow all at once. So for now, let's actually harvest all this. And in order to make a bunch of stew, I actually have a plan for that. I just need the materials to make the crock pot. It is insane how many pumpkins we have. We're starting to have more pumpkins than anything else. All right, let me go upgrade our rod. And then for today, we're gonna get some more wood just so that we can get the final farm plots that we need. And then we'll go back to fish some more for all the fish we're gonna need. We're gonna need an absolutely insane amount of fish, while also getting some wolves on the way, maybe even bears, and maybe even mammoths. That might be the most worth it, because mammoths are kind of easy to take down if you know what you're doing, and they do give a ton of food, but we'll see. I would like the tactical shotgun. That would help me a ton right now, but then again, the ammo is expensive, so I don't know. Okay, this will be enough to make all 20 farm plots, and we're gonna see. I'm assuming this will work. Place all of them. Yep, there's a spot right there, just barely. Try right here. Yep, there we go. And let's see, this might be a little difficult, but I do see it, so there we go. And there is all 20 farm plots in one place. So I'm just gonna water all of them, and then I'm gonna wait a few days to even harvest it. That way they'll all be on the same schedule, so we'll just have a ton of stuff growing all at once, harvest it, and then repeat. So now what I want to do is I want to head out and actually get more scrap. We'll have that for our wall, but also to make the crock pot, because we do want to start making stews as soon as possible. Okay, this is good. We got 2 bases and a water tower right next to each other. That's gonna be a lot of scrap, but first let me try to get my stuff without dying. There's so many animals around here right now. Now I could just snipe down at the crossbow guy, because he's actually the most dangerous. His aim is insane. I have no idea why they made the aim so incredibly crazy on this guy, because it used to be worse, but probably a while ago they made it better. Oh, you've got... Dude, what in the world was... That was Batman? Alright, take 2 to go get my stuff. Alright, I have to be careful. I'm gonna try to take these guys out one by... And there's a bear. Alright, I think I took out everybody. There's another wolf that just spawned, though. Alright, that should be everybody. I'm gonna check up on the roof just in case. Alright, there's 1 more guy off to the side, but at least he's not on the roof. 2 guys, okay. Got 1. Okay, I'm out of rifle bullets. This is not good, but I do have the things that are trying to chase after me inside of the base. So we'll just take that and we'll take all our stuff. I do need food right now, though. So I'm gonna take a med kit and eat some raw food. All right, let me just get the last 2 chests, and we'll actually have a ton of stuff. Now, let me get the water tower, because this always has good stuff. Nothing here on the bottom. We did get a microwave and oil barrel, though. All right, I'm gonna quickly loot this base, which is pretty easy, because all you gotta do is get the stuff on the bottom just by running through. And then, when you manage to parkour up top, no one can get to you. I do really badly need some food, though. Insanely badly. So I'm gonna take my Morning Star, and we're gonna go get an Alpha Wolf really fast and eat the raw steak. Okay, now I'm heading back to the base. This is a little dangerous to still be out, but Furniture Trader's here too. So let me grab these coins and then see what we can get. We can add a little bit to our base. Let's see what he's got. We're gonna get our Rainbow Fish Lounger. We're gonna get the Snowman and the Icy Throne. Then we'll get some flowers. That'll help make the base look nice. And then we got the flowers. We'll also get the hedgerows because it is a food base. So the hedgerows will look nice around the farm, even though the farm is tiny. So I wonder how we're even gonna use those. All right, we got 95 scrap. So that'll get us the crock pot. We just need a little bit of wood. All right, we got enough wood. Now I want to show you guys something interesting that I saw in a YouTube short. If I put my crock pot right here, then we build 4 wood rain storages and put them around just like this, pretty much touching the crock pot, just like this. This looks pretty good. We can now take an absolute insane amount of carrots, and instead of having to wait for our stew to cook, we could just drop all of the carrots into here, and it'll continue to make stews pretty slowly, because usually you have to take out the stew to do it faster, but it will still cook them pretty much automatically. So we're just gonna shove all of our carrots into there. All right, we got a bunch of carrots in here, so that'll just start making us stews, of the which it's already made us 2. All right, now that we got our crock pot going, let's make the second layer wall. So we're gonna craft as many shelves as we can, and then we're also gonna pick up the leftover ones we have, and I'm assuming we might be able to finish half of it. So let's start from right here and then work our way clockwise. Okay, I messed up a little bit right here, so I'm gonna instead go the other way, and then we'll eventually get a hammer to fix that. All right, so we have a little gap right here, but it shouldn't really matter too much. I just don't want to curve it inwards right here, because then that just leaves a wall in between it. It's like a secondary mini wall for this lake, but we're just gonna keep going. All right, here's our last shelf, and with that, we'll actually have finished more than half of the second wall. I just need the hammer to fix this little mistake right here. Okay, so now I'm gonna go get more scrap so we can finish the second wall, and then we'll finish the third wall, or at least that's what I'm planning on doing, and then we'll start getting meat for that inner wall, because the inner wall is gonna be the hardest. Getting meat is not easy. It takes a lot of ammo, or if I use the Morning Star, I should be able to get a lot of steak from wolves. I also got a mythic chest right here. We will take that. All right, thorn armor isn't bad. We'll take that. All right, we're running out of area to look for scrap, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the winter biome, make some bunny ears, because we already have 2 bunny feet, and then we'll get scrap over here, which should be slightly easier. Actually, I might as well just get the Arctic Fox Bell. I just got 2 already. Now it's 3. All right, we got 3 pretty fast. So let me go make that, and then getting scrap actually should be easy out here. There we go. We reached day 99 in 1 minute less than 2 hours. So we got a little bit longer to go until we can finally get this base finished. Just doing a ton of preparation right now. We have 130 scrap. This should be good enough to definitely finish the second wall and also get a huge portion of the last wall done. I have no idea how many shelves I have. 130 shelves though should be about 65 shelves. And there we go. Second wall is complete, but before we build the third wall, I do need to make more torches, so we're gonna have to go get a little bit more scrap. But then we can start filling this thing out with as much food as possible. All right, we've waited quite a few days for our farm, so now let's finally harvest it, and all 20 farm plots should be synced up. So we got 17 pieces of corn, probably 20 pumpkins. Yeah, there we go, exactly 20. It's an insane amount. Got a piece of cake, extra piece of corn that I didn't get, and now an absolute insane amount of carrots, which we're gonna drop both a little bit into the fire to get that up, and also into the stew maker. All right, fire is about max, and then let's just keep dropping these in here. All right, this looks pretty good. Starting to even cover up the crock pot a little bit, but we'll let that go. And now I think the best thing to do is to go... Actually, you know what? We're gonna fish a little bit right here. With the strong rod, it probably is gonna be really easy. That way we can get a ton of fish for this second row, because there's no way I'm filling the entire second row with sharks. That is insanely hard. No way. I got a clownfish the first try. That's insanely rare, is it not? Yeah, I got a mackerel the second try. I guess if I keep fishing, I'll tell whether or not the clownfish first try is rare. It seems to be insanely rare. Okay, that's interesting. I got 2 clownfish now, and although I'm getting mostly mackerel, I do think that the 2 clownfish is insanely rare. What in the world? Yo, I just got a swordfish out of here. I have no idea how rare that is. Actually, you know what? It might actually be worth to fish out by where the 4th kid was, because that's a level 3 lake, and I'm thinking if I put mackerel here, how many can I fit? 6 mackerel per shelf, but a swordfish, I actually don't know that. I actually have no idea to tell, but I do think I might be able to fit less swordfish per shelf, which should fill up the shelves faster. But for now, let's take take all of our fish and we'll put them over here. All right, I seem to have messed up the timing for our fruit to grow, or maybe there is no way to sync it up because now it seems like it's not synced up, but we'll still harvest it anyway. All right, this is actually starting to lag me out a little bit. It's about full, pretty close to being full, but I think I'm just gonna let that sit for a while because it is starting to lag me a little bit. Now let me go out and get some more scrap, which we'll need for some torches. All right, we're back to the base. I'm starting to run a little bit low on scrap, or at least areas to find scrap, but we can make our last 5 torches and even more shelves, so that's good. So now let's place our torches, one more behind the crafting bench, and then one more for each of the kids' tents. All right, so now let me pick up, I'm gonna just pick up half of these, and then now we have the room to make the final wall for the base. Now the 10 torch wall works a little weird because I can only build out this far, but it does say I have more room, so I'll have to build just as close as we can to the edge. All right, with this we finished just about half of the wall, so now let's pick up the rest of our shelves and see what we can do. This does give me confidence though because we are running a little bit low on scrap, but we're almost done. All right, with this we actually don't have much left, maybe 30% of the wall left to create, and then we can start filling it in. But let me also get some more food because dude, I have no idea just how much corn and pumpkins and carrots we're gonna need for that final wall. I'm also gonna start putting off my carrots to the side. Maybe we could fill up a few shelves with these as well because our stew maker is just full right now and I don't want to lag us out. Actually, it's not that full anymore, but I don't want to make it full again. All right, I'm gonna head out today to get what should be the last bit of scrap that we need. But let me actually grab some food first. I don't want to starve. You know what? In order to get a little bit more scrap, I'm gonna take out the first level stronghold. That way we get the cultist prototype and maybe even the experiment, but I know we at least get 2 of whichever ones it gives me. So let's actually do that. Shouldn't be too difficult, especially with the morning star. And there we go. So we got a prototype, an experiment, gem of the forest fragment, 2 cultist gems, and now we got the mythic chest. Hoping for a tactical shotgun because that will help us to get, there we go. Okay, perfect. Actually, that will help us to get a ton of meat. I'm actually gonna start bringing back some as well. I think the first places that I want to go check are the places where the kids were held because there should be just a ton of meat right there. All right, the stew maker is starting to go down a bit, so I'm gonna just put these carrots off to the side, and then we'll pick up all the stew, of which I have no idea how much is in here. It is a lot. All right, just start dropping these, and there we go. Probably doubled or even more this pile right here. All right, so let's take the scrap that we have. We'll build almost as many shelves as we can just so we don't waste, and let's see if we can finish this 3rd wall. Then we'll just go get as much meat as we possibly can with the new tactical shotgun we got. All right, I'm glad we didn't build too many shelves because now I only have 1 extra and all 3 walls are done. So now we're gonna have to fill these up like crazy. We're gonna start with the inner wall. We're gonna leave everything else and just start with the inner wall with meat. So let me start by putting some cooked morsel right here, and then we'll put some cooked steak right here, and then we'll work the steak this way and the cooked morsel this way. Dude, it is just insane. We have a mountain of pumpkins over here. I'm just eating pumpkins for food right now. All right, I got my tactical shotgun. Don't know how many shots. Okay, we got the owl too. That's not good. I'm also about to die, and I don't have any heals on me, so I'm gonna have to be very careful with how I hand, and I'm dead. All right, we got a bunch of food. I think we also got 2 polar bear pelts. We got 1 here, and I think another one from the polar bear we killed earlier. Just need to find that. We also have more meat here, so I'm gonna remember to come get that, but for now, I think what we can do is make the polar bear helmet. Yep, we should be good to do so. There we go. Now I'm gonna try to kill a mammoth and see if that is worth it. All right, let's see how this goes. It will give us a few ribs when we kill the mammoth as well. All right, there we go. We got actually a bunch of steak, but I don't think that's worth it because although the steak does give you more hunger, we're just trying to fill the shelves right now. Okay, this is perfect. We got a fishing spot right here, so what I'm gonna do is keep backing out of it until we get a shark, and that way we could see how many sharks will fit on a shelf. All right, we got our first one. We also did just get the old boot, so we'll take that, but I did forget the shark thing, so although I'm kind of glad we got the old boot, I do need to get sharks. All right, we got all the meat here. There might be a bit more back here. Okay, perfect. All right, let me start sorting some of this meat that we have. Gonna try to grab all the morsels and then just place them on the shelves, but we have so much stuff right here, and I think we could fit about 4 morsels per shelf. Yeah, okay, so it's not dropping anymore, which is actually pretty good because morsels are easier to get than steaks, and actually less of them go on each shelf. All right, this is what we have so far. Almost 3 shelves of steak. We had a little bit of ribs on there, but one of them fell off, and a ton of cooked morsels. So we're not halfway done, but I think we're about 25, maybe 30% done. So this is gonna be a little difficult. So now let me see if I can find a location where the 3rd kid was kept. Here was the 1st. I think here was the 2nd, but I don't see the 3rd, and that's not a good sign. Okay, the meat is now starting to fall like it's moon gravity. I think we have so many pieces of things like the vegetables back at the base that we're starting to lag out the game. Oh yeah, this is not looking good. This is not good. Okay, this is pretty bad. All right, we got some meat pretty fast. We're also gonna grab this scrap because I'm thinking for fishing, we might as well make a teleporter because I do think although it'll take a lot of scrap, it'll be worth our time to do it because then we'll be able to go back and forth between fishing a lot faster and even bring the fish back to base a lot quicker. So let's see, we have 36 scrap right now. We can get the crafting bench 4. To get 2 teleporters, we need 50 scrap and 30 wood. The wood is very easy. We have a bunch laying right here, so we're gonna get that very fast. But the scrap is what I'm worried about because we were already low earlier. But I do think that just from fishing, we can get some scrap anyway. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go fish, and then the scrap that we get or maybe even find while doing other things, we'll use that for the teleporter. All right, I'm lagging a very decent amount now. Everything's moving really slowly. So in order to combat that, we're gonna start placing our fruit and our vegetables. And I'm assuming that should make it less laggy when stuff is on the shelf. All right, we got the last of the pumpkins, and so far we already have all of this. Let me just fill up this last little bit. There we go. Oh wait, I forgot. We have more growing over here, so let me grab these 2. All right, now this is all the pumpkins we have. It's an insane amount. Seriously, it's insane. Now, one of these shelves right here, it wouldn't let me put 9, and I think these ones also might have done the same thing, but we have just, I don't even know how many this is. So now let's start with putting our stews as well. Now, these are going to be a little bit more difficult because they're in your inventory, not in your sack, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave extra room for a lot more pumpkins. We're going to start right over here with our stews. All right, there's all of our stews. We also have an insane amount of those. Now we're going to start with our corn, and this is just a ridiculous amount as well. So we're going to leave a gap for some stew. We're going to start right here. Now, it takes a lot more corn to fill up a shelf, so the corn shouldn't take up too much space. Okay, this is interesting. This shelf did not want to take a lot of them, and I think this is helping the lag. It seems to be everything's moving a lot faster now, probably because there's less collision. Everything's just resting on the shelf. All right, I have 6 more pieces of corn, and although we do have some shelves that aren't taking as much corn as others, this is what we have so far. So now it's, wait, hold up, I just realized I almost finished the entire circle with all this. Where in the world are we gonna put carrots? Maybe instead of these gaps being for extra fruits, we could just fill them in with carrots, because wow, okay, that was pretty fast. So let's go ahead and do that. I also didn't place any apples or chili peppers yet, so I'm just gonna place a few carrots over in this section, then we're gonna go place our chili peppers and our apples as well. All right, let's grab our apples and we'll do these first. We're gonna put them on this edge of the stews. All right, we have 2 extra, but we're just gonna go ahead and eat these to make it look nice and perfect. Now the chilies we're gonna place over here, not next to the apples, just because they do have a very similar color, and I don't think this shelf is even usable. Yeah, this shelf isn't even usable. Hold up, can't place any chilies. I think I placed 1 chili on there, or maybe it just fell on there because I can't even use that shelf. So we're gonna start over here then. Wait, hold up, I don't think it's a shelf problem. I think it's all the shelves problems. I don't think you could place chili. Okay, guess you can't do that. That's I have no idea why that's a thing. So we're just gonna keep these over here because I do have a bunch. But as for the cake that we have, I'm gonna put these onto a shelf in the inner ring. So we're gonna move this morsel shelf off to one other shelf and then have this be for the cake. All right, this should fill up the corn shelves. There we go. Okay, so we're done with the corn. All these shelves should be full, and the rest we're just gonna keep off to the side right here for extra food. Now let me start placing our fish. I'm wondering just how hard it's gonna be to get the fish row filled up, because that might take a very long time. So we'll start with the mackerels right here, and it does seem like the mackerels are very inefficient for filling the shelves, but it does look nice. Oh, I also realized we have berries. I'm gonna try to fill in a shelf with these berries. We'll do that right next to the corn right here, but I don't think you could put them on shelves. I think berries and chilies alike doesn't seem like you put them on shelves. Okay, so that's good to know, but also kind of sucks. Wait, hold up. Okay, no, you can place them. They just roll off like, okay. Let me pick up the ones that aren't on the shelf. There we go, and then we'll just place these and hope they don't fall off. Okay, these just keep falling off over and over and over. Interesting. I'm gonna try to just drop them on the top shelf, and then we'll call these 2 the berry shelves. All right, there we go. We got them on top. These are our berry shelves. Let me put one more on top like this. There we go. Still haven't gotten the hammer to fix that one shelf, so let me go do that. It is nighttime, so I should probably learn from my lesson and do that as soon as it's morning. But now let's take the carrots that we have and fill out the very outer rim to the brim, and it is not slim. Wait, hold up. We perfectly have enough cake to fill an entire shelf of it. That is pretty nice. All right, I think absolutely everything on the outer shelf is filled except for 2 shelves right here, which we're gonna fill with pumpkins, and then this stew shelf, which we only need 7 more stews for. So let's just go ahead and put these carrots in here, get some stews, which might be enough by now. Should be enough. And there we go. Okay, this is full. So now we just need some more pumpkins, but we'll get those pretty easily. So for now, we're just gonna take all the rest of our fruits and shove it in the stew maker, because why not? Actually, I'm gonna take all of these and shove it into the stew maker, because then that should be enough stew for the probably rest of the run, and if not, we'll grow more. And then all these carrots that are on the floor over here, we're just gonna eat those. I'm gonna have the best eyesight. I'm gonna have 2017 vision, and hopefully then we can do some better fishing. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the opposite side of where the mackerels are and just fill it up with sword. Okay, this is just as hard as mackerels. I think it might be more worth it to get mackerels then, but we'll see. Maybe the salmon have a better filling of the shelf effect. So we're gonna go quite a bit away over here and fill the salmon over here, which also have the same filling the shelf effect. Okay, that is interesting. We might be fishing for a very long time. We're gonna keep all these fish off to the side though, because we don't have enough to fill a shelf yet. Now I'm curious about the shark. Are the sharks gonna be what saves us? Let's put them over here. Actually, let me do it without the log. Okay, the sharks are good. They take up 3 per shelf, or 2 where we got lucky down here. You know what? This is gonna take some time, but we're switching it up. And I have to do this or this will take an abysmal amount of time. We are gonna have the first layer be fish and the second layer be meat, because fish are very hard to get. And if we have fish be the second layer, we might be here for an insanely long time. And I'm also a little worried about disconnecting. I do not want to disconnect with what we have so far. This is taking me an insane amount of time. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take all of our mackerel and we're just gonna move it 1 shelf inward, and then we're gonna do something similar with all the meat. So it shouldn't take me a ridiculous amount of time, but we absolutely do have to do this. It would be an insane amount of fish to put it on the second layer. But now that we have our pumpkins grown in, this will finish the outer wall, or at least I'm 99% sure. Let me look. Yeah, all right, this will finish the outer wall, and there we go. Very nice. So now the rest of the vegetables we could just have for extra food. All right, I just got a bunch of stuff, and I also have an idea. In order to make the raids easier, we're gonna make a door so that hopefully the cultists will all come through the door. So let's open it right here where this shelf doesn't really hold that many mackerel, and then we'll keep going straight through. So let's take our hammer and make a doorway through each thing. There we go. And let me also fix this shelf back here, which is crooked. I still haven't done that, but now we have. All right, I just got a bunch of scrap, and I'm thinking this should be enough for 2 teleporters. Yeah, definitely enough. So let's build one right here, and then we'll build the other one by the lake. All right, it's turning nighttime, so we'll just teleport back. There we go. And then we'll put our swordfish up here. We'll get ready our boost pad, and then we'll go check out the ice fishing holes, because if we can fish there and it'll be faster, that will save a lot of time. All right, we got a bunch of fish. I'm also out of sprint, but we're gonna see how these fish will fit on the shelves, because if they don't fit very well, then I guess we're not gonna get too many of them. So we'll put some of them back here. Yep, just exactly the same. Put them right next to the chars. Nope, just about the same. Okay, so I might go get some more eels and chars just to fill up a few shelves, but other than that, I guess we just gotta keep getting regular fish. Just gonna be an insane grind. But because we have the teleporter, we can go out at pretty much any time of night and just start fishing. All right, so far here's what we got. We got a decent bit of fish at the front. We got some salmon back there, some chars and 2 eels, and some sharks right here. So what I'm thinking is that because we're gonna get so many mackerels, we're gonna move these sharks closer to back here. But the meat is coming together very easily. I can just go out and anger a bunch of wolves, and then that should be pretty easy. But the fish, man, this is gonna be a grind. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a short time lapse right now of getting all the meat that we need, and then we'll check back in and probably do a time lapse of all the fish that we need, which is gonna take a long time. So time lapse starting now. Alright, we're back at the base. I'm almost at 6 hours into recording now. We're at 5 hours, 56 minutes, and we finally have what seems to be enough to finish the second wall. So let's go see. I have 8 steaks. Should definitely finish this shelf. There we go. And then for the morsels, we definitely have enough. And there we go. The entire second wall is now full. It's like, I would say 80%, maybe 75% morsels and 25% steak. But regardless, this, it is done. So now we have to go do an insane amount of fishing. Let me make sure I have a bunch of stew. And while it's nighttime, what I'm gonna do is fish right next to the base. So like right here we have a pond, and then we also have the fishing building pond right over here, which sometimes has the fishing spots that'll help me do this a lot faster. But there's also the fact that the deer spawns on you, so maybe we're just gonna use this one over here. But I've got to do one final time lapse to finish this video. So here's the time lapse of me getting all the fish starting now. This is the last fish that I need. One more mackerel and we're good. There we go. Pick up all of them. We're gonna put the salmon over here because we only need one last salmon. Then we're gonna finish out this shelf with the mackerel and we are done. We have maybe 65% of this just being straight up mackerel. Then we have our cake shelf, which we kept on the inner ring. We have our chars and our eels. We also need to reorganize this shelf because for some reason the clownfish don't fit together too tightly. All right, there we go. We have our rarer fish shelf right here, 3 jellyfish, bunch of clownfish, and 3 old boots. We have our shark shelf with 9 sharks, bunch of salmon, bunch of swordfish, and back to the mackerels. We are finally done with all this food. And you want to guess how long I've been recording? 9 hours now. It is absolutely insane. I think this project will come close or even surpass the chopping down every single tree in the map video just based on time. So let me take all these stews. I'm gonna eat a few of them just to waste them because we have a bunch. Or actually, maybe I should keep a few more because we need to start placing furniture now. But before then, let me get the fire up to a higher threshold just because I do not want to have a hungry deer out of the middle of nowhere. All right, that's good enough. So now let's use our defensive blueprints. We'll put these at the entrance. We'll put it closer to the back right here. We don't want to ruin the look of the front. All right, there we go. Now let's start adding our furniture. And this is going to be difficult. We have a lot of furniture. Let me drop all my other stuff back here though, just so that we have more room in our inventory. We also do have another defensive blueprint, so let me put this down. All right, pretty much anyone who comes in here is dead. Then we're going to design a exclusive, and I mean exclusive, because this is the most expensive restaurant in 99 Nights in the Forest. I don't think anybody's as crazy enough as me to do this. So let's build a very nice exclusive restaurant for whoever wants to pay $20,000 a second to eat here. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's make it a table for 3 or a table for 4. Hold up. Where's he at? Where's Kevin? There he is. All right. We actually have a table so exclusive that you, as the main person who's paying for the check, you get to sit in this seat, Kevin's own seat. And yes, Kevin will be dining with you, and he will stare at you blankly the entire time while you eat your food, and he will judge you if you don't leave a tip. So leave a tip. So we're gonna put a hedgerow right here. Actually, you know what? Let's put more hedgerows over here just before we run out. That way you are very private from the angry customers who don't know what they're talking about, and also don't look up our restaurant on Yelp. I don't know, Yelp must be broken or something. People keep saying something about dying from the food, poisonous, non-cooked fish. I don't know what they're talking about. Then we'll use some trellises just like that, and for the opening we'll use some fences with some moss on them for extra flavor and also a hint of poison. We'll cut this one in a little bit just so that we can use more of them. All right, here is the entrance to our restaurant. Very private, very exclusive. Kevin actually works here all day. I don't pay him, but if you want to get in, you're gonna have to pay $20,000 a second, I'm pretty sure. So let's put a fairy light arch right here. That way you have a nice entrance into the restaurant, and as you are literally dying to death, we'll put a fairy light arch right here just to make your death a little bit more enjoyable, and then a fairy light arch right here for our guests who actually know how to avoid the trap, which is pretty much nobody. Now what I want to do is I want to take all the rugs that we have and actually use them as part of the restaurant's design. So we're gonna have to find all of them. All right, so we have 3 purple rugs and 3 blue rugs. So I think what we could do is a alternating pattern going from blue to purple to blue in this area right here. That way you're not necessarily eating on carpet unless you're unlucky enough to not be paying for the meal, so you do get the carpet seat. And the red rug, oh dude, this is the red carpet. If you eat here, you are wealthy enough to walk on red carpet, my good sir. Whoever you are, madam, sir, if you have money, I will happily make some poisonous food for you that hopefully you won't sue me over with your 15,000 lawyers. We'll also put a green signpost here for poison, and then back here we'll add all of our bean bags as a relaxation area where you can digest your food properly while you are relaxing listening to the stock market. Now I have no idea how one listens to the stock market, but I'm not rich enough to do that. That's my customer's job. I also just found another red rug, so we're gonna have the red carpet be even longer into the fire because rich people are fire resistant. Don't ask me how I know that. And with that, that's all the furniture I want to place. The rest we'll just toss off in that lake. Our table here, we have a few appetizers, not the entrees. 2 pieces of chicken, because I'm just calling this chicken. 2 pieces of sushi, technically it is raw fish. And then 2 pieces of chili for if you want to literally die by mouth fire. Now we actually have our first group of customers making their way over to this base. So I do have to do well at impressing them. So let's see, I think they're coming in. All right, here's our first customer who's literally a Martian. Bro is jumping in slow motion. All right, sir, come in this way. I would actually like to show you your table back here. Sir, why are you sleeping? All right, well, fine. You go to another restaurant then. All right, well, you know what? We have more customers begging to come in. They're literally breaking down the walls to come in. Come right this way, my good sir. What's your name? Kevin? Oh, okay. I have actually a pretty cool person that I think you should meet. All right, right this way, my good sir. Don't mind the guy who's sleeping. He's pretty... All right, this is not funny anymore. I think they know each other. But let me see. There should be one more guy over here. Even though he was shooting at me, I do think that all people deserve second chances. So come over here, sir. I have... Okay, you know what? You don't want to follow me? I see how it is, man. It's pretty rude. This guy over here, though, his name is actually Kevon. So he's actually going to have a really good time with Kevin. I think they'll have a very nice conversation about something about politics. So well, apparently everybody's sleep deprived. I have no idea why. It's not like I've been staying up for almost 2 years straight in this game. All right, he's finally following me. Sir, I promise you, the food is good. And apparently, our entryway is so good that everyone likes taking naps. Then follow me, my good sir. Do not eat the food. Don't stop eating the food, sir. You haven't paid for that. Sir, eat the food. This is not a robbery. Eat the... You know, wait, why am I telling him to eat the food? You know what? Fine. I have to defend myself. All right, now that our customers have been dealt with, very, very rude, by the way, I do want to do one last thing. This base looks pretty nice from the outside. You know, we have a ton of corn and all that, but it doesn't really showcase the inner beauty. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna get rid of a lot of these corn shelves. So we're just gonna eat the corn, which will clear up space for other things that I want to put in here. So we're gonna go out to 3 shelves on each side. Get the 3rd shelf over here. And now let's start adding a bunch of color and vibrance to it. So we're gonna get stuff like the mackerels for a shelf. And now we have a much, much better looking entrance. We have a whole vibrant range of colors right here. Very light archway entering into the base. Very, very nice. This took an insanely long amount of time. We are now at 9.5 hours. So let's do the base tour. All right, entering in here, we have our very own fairy light archway, welcoming guests into our restaurant or our food base. We have mackerels, swordfish, salmon, corn, apples, and pumpkins all displaying out front. Then on the inner wall, we have a bunch of steaks, no idea the count. We have a bunch of ribs that don't really fit in the shelves that well. I don't know how many actually fits in a shelf, but I did not get enough to do that probably. Then over here, we have our cooked morsels, which go out pretty much all the way around, as we didn't find as much steak as we did morsels. But coming into this 3rd layer, don't step in here like the people who like taking naps, but come to the side and see our beautiful array of fish, of which we have way too many mackerels. And speaking of mackerels, pretty much all of these mackerels came out of this pond. If you're asking how they all fit in here, I don't know either. Then over here we have our cake shelf, which I actually had too many cakes, so I had to put more on top. Then we have our chars and our eels. The eels are very expensive because they kill you. We make you sign a waiver signing over all of your assets over to us because we want your money. Then we have our rarer fish, same thing for the jellyfish, by the way. You have to sign a different waiver, but same thing. Then we have our clownfish and our old boots, which are our most chewy option on the menu. If you want to order that, you can get some real flavor out of it. Then we have 9 sharks, bunch of salmon. Salmon's actually pretty common. You must be poor if you eat salmon. Only real rich people die by eating electric eels. Then we have our swordfish. They will cut your throat the second you eat them. Very, very expensive. And now let's go into the base the right way by jumping over the shelf. Over here, we have our farm plus our industrial cooker, where we have cooked so many different stews just by plopping a bunch of carrots in here with our sack. 20 farm plots all at the same place. Very nice, very industrial. We got our teleporter to the level 3 lake, boost pad that we used, camping chairs if you want to sit by the fire, 4 kids tent, as well as the fact that we are also insanely rich with 9 forest gems and 39 cultist gems. But for our very VIP guests, aka Kevin, we have the red carpet laid out with a sign letting you know that this is red carpet just in case you can't see with your eyes. Coming in here, we have our restaurant with flowers, a purple and blue hangout area just in case you don't feel like eating but feel like hanging out. Then right here, and I do want to warn you, this is one of the most important parts about the entire base, so keep it calm, okay? I don't want to seem weird in front of him. This is Kevin, our very, very VIP, VVIP, very, very important person who will eat with you if you spend $20,000 a second at a restaurant. And yes, I do know that price is a little cheap, but I promise you this is the real Kevin. And with that, that is our entire biggest food base. This took a ridiculous amount of time. I don't know why I did this. Hopefully you guys like it. And we just made it to almost day 600 with no beds. So that's insane. But thanks for watching. Subscribe and click on this video right here. Today, I'm going to be building the biggest base in 99 Nights in the Forest. You may not have used these before, but in the crafting bench, when you hit level 3, you can craft torches, which when placed down, which I'm not going to do exactly right now, will expand the circle of your base out even further. And you could place a total of 10 torches, which will take 60 wood and 60 scrap. But first, let's go get the fire to max level. Oh, no way. I just found a mythic chest out of nowhere. Let me get the chainsaw out of this. Okay, tactical. I will take that. That'll help us for the stronghold. At least it's not the riot shield. Anything but the riot shield, and I'm okay with whatever it is. All right, this should be enough to get us to level 6. There we go. So now we have the largest possible circle without using torches. But before making this the biggest base ever, we're gonna build a wall. Then after placing 5 torches, another wall. And then finally, when we have the biggest size possible, another wall made out of trees, which is gonna take so long to get. So let's first start out with our very first wall, which is gonna be out of the wood rain storages. You can craft as many of these as you want, so I think I made about 6 right there. Gonna place them facing this way, kind of like this. We're gonna go all the way around in a circle, and that way when anyone wants to come in the base, they're gonna be stuck doing this. They literally can't get over it, especially because the slope is this way. So I can go out, but they can't come in. But before we finish building this wall, I'm gonna go get the first kid, because I do want to have all 4 kids for this base. There we go. We got the key. Drop it in. Also, quick tip, if you're a solo player with bad internet, kind of like me, how I disconnect sometimes, have your alt sit in the game and feed him a stew every once in a while. Because then when you reconnect, you can just join right back, and although you'll lose some stuff, you won't lose your run. But this should be the first kid right here. There we go. I can go get the second kid hopefully before the next day. All right, got the second key. I might even be able to get the third kid before the end of the day. I think that's what I'm going to try to do. Take this alpha wolf pelt too for the trader. All right, we have the second kid. Gonna place the kid next to the tent area for where the second kid's tent is usually placed. That way I can make sure it places down and it doesn't glitch. Now let's see if we can get the third kid before the end of the day. Night is approaching, so we don't have too long. Oh no, the deer's here. I have to hope this tack can one-shot a bear. He's a little slower than me just because it is a very early day. Oh, it doesn't one-shot. Oh well, it's pretty close, I'm not gonna lie. If I can I got the key. Now if I wrap around these trees, he should be too slow. Got stuck on the tree too. Put the key in, get down here into the room. He can't touch me in here. No way he can. All right, I should be good. So we're not going to make it back to the base, but we are somewhat safe in here. It's just we'll get a wolf spawn probably. Yep, there's a wolf. Yo, dude. No. That's not fair. That's not fair. All right, if you fit through that door, I am uninstalling this game, even though it is quite literally a game that's played on servers. Oh, there we go. Got the strong axe. No, dude. My heart dropped. I'm about to die though. I need food. I need food. I need food. Well, Robux always come in handy. Okay, we got our stuff back. We gotta now continue actually building the base. But I do think I want to get the 4th kid first. If we have all 4 kids, we can start placing down furniture, which is what I really want to do. We'll place the 3rd kid near where the tent is. Perfect. There we go. Got another legendary. I don't have that many coins though, so we're just gonna buy one of those and a trellis. Those are always useful. And then I'm gonna go loot the stronghold. That way we can get a lot more coins. There we go. First clear the stronghold. We have about 85 coins. There we go. Chainsaw, first try. We're going to need that, especially for the very outer wall where I'm gonna need a ton of saplings. I'm gonna go get the 4th kid now. That way our base will be complete, at least on the inside, enough so where we can add furniture. And then after that, we're gonna have to get so much scrap, but just for all the walls that we need to build. Also got a defense blueprint. I'll take one of those. There we go. Get the kid. Also got a med kit. We'll need that. 4th kid is officially in the base. We also have all our pelts here ready for the pelt trader. And now we can start decorating. We do have 2 light things. One of them being an arch and one of them being kind of like 2 poles together. So we're going to give them to both of the girls. 2nd kid will get this one. And the 4th kid will get this one. And the lightning rod is in the way. So there we go. All right, that looks nice. They have some lights to their tents. And we do need to go get more scrap now, because I do want to finish that wall. That'll help a ton with raids, and especially because my alt account, he's sitting right here. I literally have to come save him every time there's a raid. There is the pelt trader, so we're gonna pick up everything in reverse order. Wolf pelt, I'll take a spear. Sir, are you okay? I didn't see what happened, man. Sir? Okay, there we go. He's back. We got the strong flashlight. And then finally for the bear pelt, we'll take the iron armor. That was pretty useful, not gonna lie. Hey, you get away from him. Hey, you stay back. That is my son. I don't know. It's my alt account, man. All right, there we go. Raid is complete. We are safe. And we have a ton of scrap to maybe finish the wall. Just maybe. All right, let's see if I have enough. Probably not, but we're gonna get a huge chunk done. Gonna have to take this wall in a little bit as it is going on a lake. So we're about maybe halfway done, slightly under halfway done now. Still have to get so much scrap though. Furniture trader is back though. We have enough coins to buy, I think, everything. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that. Yep, we have a decent amount left over too. All right, let's start placing some furniture. We could put a blue rug at the front and the back of the blue tent. That'll look a little nice. We have a green camping chair that doesn't really fit anywhere per se. So I'm gonna put that as a little work chair. Well, I have 3 of them. So I mean, we could put them around here, have them as little chairs to cozy up by the fire. Then for the yellow camping chair will be a porch chair for Squid Kid. For the blue camping chair will be a porch chair for the Kraken Kid, which actually we have 2 of them. So I'm going to do one of these, and we have 2 yellow chairs as well. So I'm going to do one of these. Then we have some trellises. We're going to save those because I'm not sure what I want to do with the farm yet. Maybe I want to finish the wall first. I do want to fix it a little bit. This does look a little awkward. So to do that, we're gonna go down to the anvil here and make ourselves a hammer. All right, we've got the anvil set up. Oh, and we're just raining literal cats and dogs today. Okay, we need 5 scrap, 5 logs. I have the 5 scrap right here, I'm pretty sure. This should count. Yep, all 5. And then logs are just right outside. Get a few of these trees. Oh wow, 5 logs from 1 tree. I will take that. And it'll start crafting. And we'll take that. We got the hammer now. All right, furniture trader back in town. What you got for me, sir? I will literally just buy out your entire stock if you don't mind. Oh, there we go. This is gonna give us a ton of scrap right here. Oh no, the deer. He can't walk through those doors, can he? No, I don't want to wait around and find out. I'm going back here. No way. 2 car engines right next to each other. That's exactly what we need. Another one back here. Oh yeah, the deer did get in. I see him right there. Not opening this door. Yo, why are there so many alpha wolves inside the house? Dude, did you not read the doormat? No wolves inside the house. I'm kidding right now, dude. I gotta get out of here. Why are there 3 of them? What is this? This is a bad dream. I'm getting out of here, man. Okay, it's daytime. We're good. That was a little not to my liking. All right, if I could take this guy out, I think that's the last of them. All right, we got another building. Not gonna loot it now, though. Good to know for later. All right, just a casual 83 scrap. That should be enough to finish the wall. Hopefully before we die. Gonna drop all my furniture real quick. See if we can craft this stuff pretty fast. All right, that might be enough. Gotta Gotta place this fast. All right, we're not gonna make it in time, but we added to it, definitely. Only have this little small section open. Dude, no way. I can hit them through the wall too. That's perfect. Let's see. Okay. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, hit me back. That's not fair. That's actually not fair, bro. All right, let's finish this first wall. Almost there. We're on our last two. And there we go. The entire base is now surrounded. And if I want to get in on my own, just squeeze through this one sideways. There we go. I did build one extra, but I'm going to use that to hold some saplings because I'm about to get 3,000 saplings from this thing right here. It's the most satisfying thing you'll ever see, but it's the most painful thing to ever clean up in the world. No idea what's going on. I just hear noises and then I move around randomly. Okay. Yeah. No idea where I'm going to... I think I'll just put this wood in the fire. I literally don't need it. Actually, I'm going to put it in the crafting table. Don't know what I'm going to need in the future. All right, we're going to store the saplings back here. Oh, there we go. Just hit day 99 as well. All right, now I'm going to place some of the incredible amount of furniture that I have. Trellises, we're going to sort over here. All of the fences we'll put in a pile like this next to the beds. We'll use those later. Get this one, this one, this one. Just pick those up and put these over here. There we go. So we have a red rug. We can put the rug similarly to how we did for the blue tent. One in back, one in front. And then what I want to do is put one on the side, kind of far off, like it's got to be parallel to the tent-ish. Like that. Then I'm gonna pick up this blue one using the hammer, and we're gonna do the same thing right here. And I'll show you why. Because we need to take these beds and move them to each of the tents. But the thing is, I do need the giant bed for the blue one. I just need more scrap. Place down these last bits of furniture, like the bookshelf, which is gonna be behind the bed. Gotta make it line up like this. Same thing for over here. Boom, perfect. Then for a green signpost, I think we're gonna put that somewhere near our farm, because green means vegetables. I'm also going to stuff this full of all the saplings we have, just because I'm not trying to break down the trees and replant them. I'm going to go get other trees that are on the map, but we already have a decent collection. I also do need to move some of this stuff that's in the way, like this, and okay, that's not what I wanted. We'll pick it up, pick up the light. Can we not? Okay, there we go. We can pick up the light. Wait, there we go. Okay, it's kind of hard to pick up, but we got it. So we're going to move it, I guess, outside here. That's the best spot, really. I don't want it inside the base. For the boost pad, I think I am going to make a door somewhere. We're going to make a door right here, so you could literally just boost right out of the place. And then what I'm going to do is pick up this, and then we'll put all of our defensive blueprints around this door so that even if people try to come through, they'll most likely die. Gonna put this here for more saplings because we're probably going to need that. Furniture trader is also back. Whoa, deer trophy. I haven't seen this before. I'm going to get it. This is about to be a cool base. But we do have a red bean bag, so we're going to put that. Can't put it in the tent, but I can put it pretty far in the tent like that. That looks pretty cool. I have another red bean bag. We're going to put that on the side here so that it'll be next to the bed. We have another yellow camping chair. Dude, you don't need any more camping chairs. So I guess we could put it behind for now. Maybe this will be like, I don't know, his private reading chair. Purple camping chair, that's easy. Put one here and one here, like little front porch chairs. We also have some log benches. I think we could just add those to be around the fire, kind of like this. Wait a second. Oh, dude, everything just got in the base. I gotta move my alt account with my finger. Hold up, move out the way. Come here. No, I'm the one you want. I'm the one you want. You don't want him. You don't want him. I promise you don't want him. I'm the one you want. I'm the guy who's been raiding your guys' stronghold. Okay, there's so many people here. I'm gonna stand up top. Shoot down these guys. Get this guy. Not all of them yet. Okay, I need to put defenses around that door. Like now. They all got in 1 second. There we go. That is all of them. Now let me put down these defense blueprints. So what do we have? We have a spikes. We have barbed wire. And we have more barbed wire. We're gonna start out with the spikes, which we can place perfectly in between like this. Now we could do the same thing, I think 2 more times in this little gap, and there's 3 of them all right here. Perfect. But because we have a lot more of these barbed wire, we're gonna put them... Oh wait, I can't even place them down. We'll wait till I expand the base. We'll do that then. All right, we have a ton of scrap now. We can build the rest of the torches we need, at least for the first stage, which we're gonna place only 5, and then the rest of the 5 when we have our second wall done. And you know what? I'm gonna place it like right here for a light, and then we'll do the same thing over here for a light, just back up to the side. And then for these, we'll put them next to the farm, kind of by the corners like this. But now our circle doesn't just reach out to the shelves, but much farther, which is where we're gonna build our second wall. And we're gonna build this second wall using shelves. So if I can't get too close to the line, we can build one here, and then I guess for this side we'll start building the other ones right here, and then we'll loop it all the way around, and we'll have 2 total total walls. I can also place my defensive blueprints now, where I'll put them kind of like overlapping where they meet in the middle, just so that anybody who wants to get in this base is gonna have a very hard time. We're also gonna put a couple right here. If I can get them in the gap, like one here and one right here as well. I'm also gonna fix the positioning of this one. It's not really... Wait, I have another defensive blueprint? Oh, dude, I guess I'm gonna save this one for the tree wall. Didn't know I had that. I'm in a very tense situation right now. I need my med kit. Dude, the deer is going Mach 17 on me. Maybe I can get him stuck on this wall. Okay, he should be stuck on the wall now. Okay, now I just need to survive these animals. There's so many of them though. Can't go too far to the sides or the deer is gonna finally reach me. Can't go too far away or the deer will respawn, but we should be good. 10 more. There's another wolf and there's 2 wolves. Can't go too far away. Don't want him to despawn. 3 seconds. Okay, we're good. There we go. That was a little close. Got another base over here as well. That should give us a ton of scrap. All right, we're getting raided tonight. I'm excited to see if the deer is going to eat me or not. Okay, we're good. The raid literally saved me, but I'm excited to see whether or not our new entryway is going to work out. Also, quick tip, get the deer stuck on trees kind of like that if he's hungry or if he's running fast, because that way you'll have extra time to run around places. No way. I think I'm seeing them all die. Dude, I literally see the health bars just depleting. Look at this. Yeah, I need to get this piece of iron armor to my alt account just because I do not want him to die. Let me put it on real quick. There we go. Dude, they're literally just here. I can't even pick them up. All right, now that we have a ton of scrap, we can make a bunch of these shelves. Probably gonna use half my scrap, go place them, and then use the other half because my inventory is getting full. Probably have like 30 items, maybe more. But let's start placing them. No way. I just found 2 facilities and another building with a mythic chest in it right next to each other. Dude, this is the best possible, I don't know, RNG seed, whatever you want to call it. And there's 2 cakes here, so I can instantly heal myself. All right, let's take the bandage. We're gonna need that. Eat these cakes. Why not? Bandage. Take that too. Mythic chest. No idea what could be in here. Maybe thorn armor. That's what I want. Kunai aren't bad. I'll put that over here. I guess I could use it for some ammo. Oh, there's a deer and a lightning strike, of course. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. I shouldn't have walked in here. Oh, dude. I'm literally parkouring to get... Oh, dude. Medkit right now. Yes. Okay. I'm medkitted. Get in here. Get in here. You do not walk through windows. You stay back. I am hiding in this corner. I'm not moving till it's dead. Don't you come to the door. Don't you gain intelligence on me now. Yes. Yeah. Stay there. Please stay there or I'm gonna die. Dude, I actually was like 3 seconds away from dying right there. My health... No. You can look in here, but you're not entering. Okay? We have a deal. You can poke your horns through the wall all you want. Break physics. All right. Finally. That was a close call. Oh, you've got to be kidding me, man. There's like 17 of these guys, bro. I'm glad they don't know how to jump for some reason. I'm so glad I got these kunai too. All right, we took out all the cultists finally. Now we can loot. All right, we only have a minute left at daytime. I need to loot this as fast as possible. Oil barrel, I need that to relight the fire. All right, I've got 20 seconds. I'm out of here. I didn't get all the loot, but I got a good portion of it. Campfire's out of fuel. I don't even really know where I'm going. I think this is the right way. I'm gonna put my bandages towards the front of my inventory. That way I know I can grab them quickly. I have a ton of them too. I hear the deer. Wait, he's at the base. Yeah, that's because... Oh no, he's killing my alt account, but he might not kill it all the way because I'm pretty sure he's gonna unspawn. Oh wait, no, there's a wolf killing me. Never mind. Okay, we at least found the base. That's good. Yep, alt is dead. But if I can just get back inside the base, these guys probably gonna die. Okay, not yet. If I just put all my stuff here and get it... There we go. Fire is relit. That's all we needed. All we needed. Now kunai. Get rid of this alpha wolf. There we go. Revive my alt account. Gonna be crafting an oil drill. Costs a lot of scrap, but we need it badly. Gonna put it right here. Well, at least the wall's working pretty nicely. I think I can hit them through it too, so that's very easy. I think these are the last 2 right here. Just hit them through the wall. Yep, that's all of them. All right, here's our furniture trader. I have almost 300 coins, dude. I'm just buying out everything you got, man. All right, we have another fairy light double, so we're gonna put that right behind the Kraken Kid stand. I also need to move this rug. This is off center. Gonna put a purple signpost back here. There we go. The rug is a little bit more centered. We have a blue signpost. Put that right here. And then we'll put the fairy lights just like that. Have a purple pillow. See if we could fit this in the behind of the tent. Almost. We'll just put it like that. Looks very nice. All right. We got a bunch more scrap. This might be enough to finish out the wall. Yeah, we only got like a quarter of it left. All right. Looks like we're gonna need just a tiny bit more. Maybe like 6 more scrap. Furniture trader is back today. 260 coins. I will take everything you've got, my good sir. Thank you very much. All right, this is definitely enough. I'm gonna make 3 shelves just in case. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make 2. It won't take too long to get a third. Right here. Yep, 2 is all I'll need. And, well, actually, no, I'm gonna put a third just in case because I don't want anyone slipping through. And there we go. 2 walls, 100% complete. I might get rid of these doors later. We'll see. But now it is time for the last 5 torches. We have the first one here. We have 3 more, but I need 3 more scrap to get 1 last torch. So I'm gonna go try to find that as fast as possible. Oh, there we go. Right there, 3 scrap. Dude, this base is huge. Like, this actually looks cool. I do need to declutter this place, but we will do that. This base will be pristine condition by the end of this video. But now for... Wait, what? Oh, I had an extra torch in my inventory. I didn't even see that. But let's add our final 5 torches. So we'll put 1 right here, and we'll do the same thing on this side of this bookshelf. Then we'll put some more by the farm, just like this. And then our final one right here. And now if we go look at the circle, it's got even bigger. We'll have a 3rd layer wall right here, all made out of trees. And speaking of trees, I have a ton of wood that I'm gonna put into the fire. All right, fill up these with the last bit of saplings where I have so many that it's lagging my game. I think this might be enough to build the final wall. So we're gonna get a full 25 sack of them and just go and plant them. All right, just 1 by 1. Nothing too fancy. Otherwise, this would take forever. Okay, this is interesting. We're gonna go around this side of the lake. A full 25 sack got me that much of the circle. I might not have enough. All right, grab another 25. Almost done with this right side already. All right, let's use up all the saplings on the right side. Make sure we're not missing any. Then we can take from the left as well. All right, another 25. Yeah, definitely not gonna have enough, but this was a very huge help. Can't necessarily see the circle back here, so I'm gonna go to where I can see the circle. Oh wait, I can't even see the circle at all over here. Okay, well, we're gonna start from over here and we'll fill in what we can, probably by eye. And let's grab another 25. Oh, I'm about to run out. All right, we got a decent bit of the circle done. We have this little arc right here. Then we didn't plant over here because I can't see the circle exactly. And we have another pretty big arc on this side, but still nowhere near to being done. So we're gonna have to grind out saplings. Oh, nah, no, thank you, my good sir. All right, we're good. That was close though. What the what? Yo, how did you do that? Bro, it's Houdini. This might be bad. My phone just ran out of battery. Furniture traders back in town. Take this, 2 of these, some of these. Oh, wow. 3 fairy light singles. Bro is spoiling me today. There are so many things around my base. We have like 15,000 saplings, 10,000 people. I genuinely need to clean up this base. All right, I've done a decent job of cleaning up. Can't get these pieces of meat here. So, oh, wait, okay, I got 1. Maybe I can get the other one like that. Oh, yeah, I can. Okay, never mind. So we've cleaned up a lot of the base and we're very close to having this sapling wall finished. We just need to go and get a bunch more. Furniture traders back. Not even gonna look at anything. Just gonna keep clicking the green button until it goes away. There we go. Just about to finish the tree wall. Make sure these are very nice. There we go. The tree wall is now in place. We just have to plant it. So I'm gonna beat this quick raid and then plant these saplings. And then we're gonna clean up the base because it is messy. All right, raid has been beat. Let's plant all of these saplings now. Fix up these 3 real quick though. All right, and let's start. Just spamming the Iki as fast as I can so I could do this while walking without pausing. So far, no saplings haven't planted yet. This is looking good. I'm worried about some saplings that are on elevated ground that sometimes don't plant. Yeah. Oh, we have a problem here. All these ones up top, they're not gonna plant. We're gonna have to figure out a way around it. I'm also lagging out a bit. All right, there we go. We have planted almost all of it. We're gonna have to figure out how to fix the rest over here. Could we plant them here? Okay, they plant right there. So we're gonna have to make a little go around right here with these saplings, just like this. So we're gonna have to go get a few more. But while we wait for daytime, I'm gonna clean up a bit around the base. Oh, there we go. A lot of it's already planted. And this looks huge compared to the last base I built. Like, actually insane, the difference. All right, we have enough saplings now. Let's plant these and hopefully they'll all grow by the next day if we plant them right now. All right, this looks good to me. Plant all of these. There we go. Okay, we should have a fully grown wall very soon. So now let's clean up the interior of the base to look as good as possible. Dude, this is actually insane how I could barely see the end of my own base right now. That is insane. Deer's hungry tonight. Fortnite, he ain't getting nothing. Even if he didn't care about light and fire and heat, and actually, I don't know about heat, but even if he didn't care about light anymore, he ain't getting in. So I'm gonna use the hammer and I'm gonna pick up pretty much everything except for what surrounds the kids' tent and even the oil drill. Actually, how close is that? We could pick that a blast. I don't know if I want to pick up the torches. If I pick up the torches, maybe the base shrinks. So I'm gonna do that one at a time later. All right, I think we have most things picked up. Let's just drop it all right back here, and we're gonna place things as we go. We have so much stuff. I'm gonna eat the rest of these carrots. But there we go. Our wall is now 90% complete. I don't think anything on planet Earth or the moon could get in here. See, I don't even see the moon. It doesn't want to see. Oh, well, is that that's probably the sun. Yeah, okay, never mind. So let's see where I want to put things. We have a defense blueprint right here. So I might just put that on a door right here. All right, we'll put our defensive blueprint. Has to be somewhat inside the oh, wow, has to be really far inside. I think I have an idea for that though. I could go out and get a few more saplings and have a row of them coming in here. Plant one there, and then they'll continue on like a hallway all the way in. Yeah, okay, we're doing that sounds really cool. I do need to place my map and all that back though, because I can't even see the map anymore. There it is. We're gonna place that, I guess, right near the exit. That'd be a nice spot. And then the compass and sundial will also go near the edge right here. So we have a little bit symmetrical of useful stuff as you leave the base. No way. I don't even think I see a single cultist. Oh, there's one. No idea how. Are you guys jumping over the trees? Or are they jumping through the trees too? I think I saw both. We might need to go get more saplings to fill in some of these gaps. They literally jumped right through. And we can't be having that. We need this to actually be the most secure base, not just to look like it. Yeah, look, this guy got through. Okay, this is not perfect yet. Yep, more of them just got in as well. I'm about to die. Medkit immediately. Okay, we're good. Dude, these raids, I think that's it. There's a cultist gem right here. All right, we're gonna have to go get a bunch more saplings because we do have some gaps. Although very small, we do need to fill them in. Furniture traders here as well. I will take your entire stock, my good sir. Thank you very much. All right, we have more saplings. I'm gonna fill in the gaps, kind of like here and here. I see these are big gaps, tiny gaps. I think I'm gonna leave. All right, we filled in a bunch of gaps. I will need more saplings for the rest of these. This is a straight up door right here. Wow, okay, we gotta fix that. And now I'm gonna make the doorway with some saplings, just like this, like a line coming in. All right, we have a nice little hallway coming in now. Gonna go get more saplings to fill the gaps. Day 351, man. This is taking quite a while, but it is going to be worth it to see the final result, especially with all the furniture, man. I'm gonna make the most pristine base ever. I have 350 days worth of furniture. All right, the big gaps should be filled in. Now we're gonna finish our hallway into the base. Almost there. So close to being done. Furniture trader's also back in town, so we'll go see him and get some trees around him. There he is. All right, bought everything from the furniture trader again. We do have one small problem. There's a rock in the way. I don't know. Can I plant on a rock? I can't even tell. If I put it up here. Okay, you can plant on a rock. That's good to know. I don't know how that works. This thing is like totally waterless, but whatever, it's fine. Gonna have to narrow in the hallway a little bit because the shelf is in the way. All right, that is the hallway planted. I have 10 more saplings, so I'm gonna go fill in some small gaps. All of our big gaps just finished growing, I think. Okay, now that everything is planted, let's clean up and place all of our furniture. The first thing I want to do is sort all of this because it is a lot. All right, these are all sorted out into piles pretty much. We're gonna go look at these as well. You know, I'm gonna just pick them up and then we'll drop them to sort them. All right, we have everything sorted out into piles. I'm gonna start out with the farm. I do have to remove these torches though, so that might be a little bit of an issue. We'll see what happens. It's not gonna destroy my base, I don't think. Well, just to be safe, we'll do it 3 at a time. So we'll pick up this one, and this one, and then we'll place them like back here together somewhere so that they're out of the way. There we go. So now let's do our farm. And I think I already have somewhat of an idea of what I want to do. There we go. We have wooden fences out in the front and trellises where you can't really see anyway, like the crafting bench and the back of this wall here. We have a nice little table to prepare our food. So for example, pick up 3 carrots and turn it into a stew. We can just take it out, place it on the table, and eat. There you go. Or you could keep it here for later, whatever you want. It's gonna get rained on. It's gonna taste disgusting, but at least you can keep it on the table. So now that we have the farm mostly done, I'll figure out what to do with these later. Maybe I could expand the farm a little bit. Okay, this actually looks a little bit better, and we have room for more farm plots as well. So we're gonna place those right in here and right in here. A little cramped, but it does look a little bit nicer having more shape to it. We have another red beanbag. I mean, dude, this guy's just gonna have beanbag galore back here. All right, that works. Yo, nah. I didn't sign up for this. I did not this is the most secure base in the game, and now the deer is becoming sentient. Dude, what was that? I hope that was just the deer glitching out because he had no idea what to do. My base was too big. I don't know. That was weird. And then the green signpost, we'll put that in front of the farm as like a sign for we make food here. All right, we have 5 stools, 4 chairs. I think we're gonna pair these like this. Dinner by the Garden, dude. We straight up beat out Olive Garden with Carrot Garden, dude. You literally get to watch the chef cook your meal, prepare it on the table, and bring it out to you and serve it, bro. All right, this is looking good. All right, got a nice little table going there. Now we'll have some lights behind it to add a little bit of scenery. Maybe not scenery, but mood lighting. I don't know. Very, very nice lighting I want to add. There you go. Nice table by Carrot Garden. Perfect. Oh, I have an idea. Oh, we are turning this into a full-blown restaurant. We're gonna have one more table over here and one table maybe right, trying to get that perfect triangle right here. Then we have to be very conscious of where we put these seats. They have to be facing the garden because otherwise the customers won't get their view. All right, and this one will be a table for 2. Just like that, we have our own restaurant, Carrot Garden. $15 breadsticks if you'd like some, or we have free carrot cake. Take your pick. Now I have a bunch of camping chairs. I want to put them around the fire. I feel like that would be pretty nice. Just have an array of colors of camping chairs. We got red, we got green, we got purple, we got blue, some more red right here, some green, and another red one if I can place it there. Perfect. Got a lot of camping chairs. Get nice and toasty by the fire. I love this restaurant, dude. I would eat here. I would eat here. I don't care if you're growing the carrots right in front of me. I would eat here. This is amazing, dude. I'm almost out of furniture too. We have some defensive blueprints, which I do want to add to the front. Like that, we got a barbed wire. Then we can have 3 rows of spikes like this, and then finish it off with one more barbed wire like this. I like this. Now I'm gonna go get my scrap for the giant bed. Yo, get out. Get out. Bro, some people just don't know how to listen. Dude, this is working perfectly. They're super low health, just walking right in. Yep, there we go. Just one shot. Dude, that's all of them. That was the easiest raid of my life. What a beautiful base. What an absolutely beautiful base. Just impenetrable fortress unless you have an axe or a chainsaw. It would be so satisfying to cut this all down, but I do not want to do that. But now we have enough scrap for the giant bed. Place it down right there. We have a blue pillow. Can't put that on top. Maybe I'll put it at the edge or something, like a reading spot if he wants to. We have another blue beanbag. Bro, all right. You're getting as many beanbags as the Dino Kid, I believe. Yeah, the Dino Kid. All right, there you go. Got as many beanbags as the Dino Kid. We also have our nightstand, which we're gonna have to move these beanbags for. Put it right there. And now we have the beanbags all around it. This is a very nice bedroom. I would kill to have these as a kid. We also have our deer trophy. I forgot about this thing. We could have it right here in front of the Dino Kid's tent. Dude, it's like a little trophy outside somebody's house that you could have. That does not look good at all. So I think what we're gonna do is move this to some other place. I wish this bed was purple. I wish they had a purple bed. They need to change one of the beds to purple, or more specifically the good bed, just so that all the kids can have their own bed. You know what? It's gonna be a green bed. It's gonna be for the break room at Carrot Garden. If you're working at Carrot Garden and you're done with your 13-hour shift, you can rest 5 minutes before your next 13-hour shift behind the Carrot Garden, where the customers are gonna watch you sleep. I think this is a fantastic idea. All right, let's do the base tour. Starting out front, we have our massive wall of trees that you cannot get through except through this door, where we have several lines of defenses, where you could see we have our utilities like our map, our compass, our sundial, and even our boost pad to get out there fast. Then we have the 4Kids tents. We have the Koala Kids tent, which has lights in the back, lights in the front, 2 porch chairs, little signpost to match the color, pillows all around. Then we have the Squid Kids tent, yellow porch chairs in the front, one in the back because he likes to look ominous. Then we have his little bed right here with a chair that hurts pretty bad if you sit on it more than 5 seconds. But over here we have the Dino Kids tent. We have his own bed, bookshelf, rug, 2 torches in the back, nightstand, beanbag chairs, deer trophy. Legend says it that the Dino Kid actually once stole the deer's lunch money, which is how he won this trophy, and I totally didn't buy it for him in the furniture trader shop. But then lastly we have the Kraken Kids tent, 2 beanbags, pillow, nightstand, bed, bookshelf, rug, 2 chairs, beanbag in the back. We're gonna be attacked tonight, that sucks. But very nice tents for all 4 of the kids. They're living luxury out here. We've been here for more than a year, almost a year and a half. Day 449, they're living very nice now. Then we have our campfire, default with every single camp, with multicolored camping chairs that you can sit in, get warm, roast some marshmallows, whatever you feel like. Crafting bench over here, fairly standard, with your very own camping chair as your work seat. You can get done pretty much anything you want. And considering that your feet are closer to the bench than your hands, you're gonna have to learn how to use them. But this is the perfect time to demonstrate just how powerful the inner line of defense is here. Just watch as the deer walks right towards me and then runs away. See, it worked. It worked perfectly. See? But with the raiders that are coming in, barely alive, all I have to do is shoot 1 bullet and they drop down. Full raid done in like 30 seconds. But there are some not so pretty things that I included in the base. For example, we have a front lightning rod, and if we come all the way to the back, we have a back lightning rod, because this base is pretty big. This should cover everything. But for the main attraction, I think, of the entire base, we have a new restaurant, Carrot Garden. We have 3 tables here, seating for 4, seating for 3, seating for 2. We got torch lighting. We got some nice lights in the back. Nice lights as you enter into our very professional and totally not growing our food out of the ground kitchen, where you have barrels of I don't know what's in there. You have your very own crock pot. If you're waiting for your food to cook, just go ahead and sit down. Or if you've already worked a 13-hour shift, you are welcome to take a 5-minute break on this very bed right here where the customers get to watch you sleep. Now, if that isn't the best restaurant idea in the world, then I don't know what is. But for our last item, we have the oil drill, which is all the way back here. That'll send the oil barrels into this little pond right here, just so that we can have them stack up and won't have to have them clutter our base. But with that, that's the entire base tour. Look at how huge this base is. 3 walls and a line of defense leading to a choke point here, making raids almost automatic. And it's so big that you can barely see the other side of it. I genuinely think this is one of my best, no, my absolute best project yet. This is beautiful. So thanks for watching, subscribe, and click on this video right here. Today, I'm gonna be building the biggest hexagon base in 99 Nights in the Forest, but I have gained access to one of the coolest things in the game. Watch this. Boom. I can go anywhere I want on the map with this camera, and I'm gonna be using it to showcase the base. See, look, I already got the volcano biome. It's that way. This is insane. I'm gonna be using it as a drone, so we're gonna see what we can use with this. For now, let's get to fire level 3. I'm playing the decorator class because that'll hopefully get me a lot more furniture to make truly a very nice big hexagon base. All right, there we go. Fire level 3. First thing to always get. Now, I do want to get a lot of furniture coins, but because the furniture trader comes by so frequently, I really only need enough for the rare stuff, and everything else you could buy it pretty much anytime. All right, this is good. This will give me enough fuel. Hopefully we'll get to fire level 4 on day 1. That'll actually be really good. Getting the fire to the highest level is a cheat code to basically speedrunning the rest of the game. There we go. That is fire level 4, day 1. So let's keep going. I do need a good sack as well though, and usually that's the easiest to find in the lower rarity chests. Something like right here will be the good sack. Por favor, give me the bien sack. Okay, chili seeds, actually, I will take any day of the month. These are super useful. Helps you actually get things done a lot faster. And if you're really in trouble, you could probably escape whatever's chasing you. Wait, what in the world? They added more fish. Since when? Yo, no one told me about this. Dude, this one looks... Is that a unicorn? That looks like a unicorn horn. That's just another eel. Probably an electric eel, maybe, but this is... Huh. Maybe you find them in the lava biome. There we go. Got the good axe. Still do need the good sack, though. Got another good axe. I'll be leaving that one there. Leather armor, not bad. Another good... Okay, I have 3 good axes now. But for now, the sack's full, so I'm gonna head back to the base. Hold up. Wait, I have an idea. I'm hiding right now, so I can just do one of these, and I can see the deer up here busting some dance moves. Bro, dude, alright, man, calm down. I see. Dude is ready to dance on top of a hospital. Alright, but I could just hit the button again, or the combination of buttons, and then boom, back to where we need to be. There it is. Alright, good sack, we are good. So now let me just get a little bit more fuel, and we'll be able to get the next fire pretty fast. I mean, everything's going pretty good right now. Just gotta get a lot of stuff for the hexagon base. Thing's gonna be huge. It can be as big as possible, at least with log walls, but I cannot wait to get the overhead shots. I have no idea how that's gonna look like yet. It's just, bro, I'm excited. Got the stronghold right here as well. We will be needing that for later to get furniture coins for our base. It's always good to do that, I think, as soon as possible. That way, it'll reset and I can do level 2 pretty quickly. All right, but this should definitely be enough. There it is, fire level 5. Now let me focus on getting fire level 6 as fast as possible. It's like a speed run right now. I might have, if I get enough stuff, I might have fire level 6 day 4. Now, I haven't gotten any beds or kids yet, but still, that'll be very nice. I'm looking for the chests that have the gold stripes on them. Those usually give me an oil barrel a pretty decent chunk of the time. Also just found where the third kit is, and an oil barrel and 2 fuel canisters all the same time. This is actually going really good. If I can just find another oil barrel, I probably will have enough. Got a rifle, we'll take that. Okay, interesting. This thing is tinted red in the hotbar. Maybe to show that it's a weapon. There we go. Give me that strong flashlight. We will take that any day of the week. That'll help me a lot to loot at night. Another fuel canister too. Pick up this coal just in case. We have enough room. All right, over here we actually have Dish TV. This is where they hold their headquarters. As you can see, they are pretty angry at Netflix streaming services. They know that I use streaming services. All right, give me an oil barrel, por favor. Okay, strong axe actually is exactly what we need, because we need to get wood fast, so that's gonna make it a lot faster. Just go around getting all the one-hit trees, get a bunch of saplings. Everything is gonna be very, very nice. Got another chest right here. Por favor, oil barrel-o. All right, defense blueprint, not bad. Fuel canister, though. We take those. Head back to the base. So let's see. Is this enough? I hope it is. It is just barely not. Hold up. It's not day 5 yet. It is not day 5. It is not day 5 until it says day 5. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, man. I was 2 seconds late. But Pelt Trader is back. I actually do need to trade with him because I do need the spear. That's what's going to help me for doing the stronghold. And I'm pretty sure that thing opens in like a minute. Okay, bunnyfoot. That's the first thing I need. Oh, wait. Hold up. I need to eat some food. That's the real first thing I need. I'm gonna die. All right, we're going to get food from these wolves and hopefully a pelt. Okay, no pelt yet, but a bunch of food. I will definitely take that. There we go. There's our pelt. So we have bunnyfoot, pelt. We can get the spear. We have the strong axe. We have fire level 6. We have almost everything we need on day 5. This is going great. All right, cook some food. Where's the bunnyfoot? Right there. I will take a good sack, even though I already have one. And what? Okay, that was weird. Wait, hold up. Why would I want the old taming flute? That's the easiest item in the world to find. But regardless, we have the spear. So this actually gives us a fantastic foundation for building our base. I guess now I'm just gonna go take out the stronghold. I mean, this is gonna be great. Wait, that's weird. Hold up. Furniture Trader's in town, but I don't have the menu to open him anymore. Did they get rid of that? I don't know. Maybe it's a bug. Maybe it's not. Let's see. We're gonna get the rare item. What is this? A gazebo. I have never seen that. I will take it though. So we're gonna get those things. We are gonna get some Fairlight singles are nice. Not too many though. Just get these ones for now. We'll get Kevin his seat and his fish, and we'll get some tables. Perfect. Now we gotta go take out the stronghold. What in the world? Yo, where? Oh, dude, hey, what's up, guys? I was wondering where you were. All right, there we go. Ton of coins I'm gonna get from this. Dude, I hate the aim of these red ones. They have the most sniper-like aim you've ever seen in your entire life. They could hit a solo cup from Fiji all the way in India. Dude, if I get a chainsaw out of this will be one of my best base runs in my entire history of playing this game. I'm doing this just for the coins, but it is always nice with the reward at the end. All right, got it done. Get all our coins. We're now up to 121. Get our stuff. And now for the chainsaw or tactical shotgun. That will work too. I would love that. And it's the... Dude, what is happening? It's one of the best runs I've had in like 19 years. I mean, that is quite literally a factual statement though. I'm not even lying. So I guess we just head back to the base, get some stuff for it. I mean, it's gonna be so easy, but this feels weird. This is easy, man. Usually it's a lot harder, but hey, we can use the easiness for building our base a lot better. So I'm gonna drop my furniture right here. Don't need it just yet. Got some farm plots. All right, so far everything's good. Now I guess let me just get all the wood in the game. What is this? What gentleman lives at this estate? What is this? What is, hold up, where? Huh? Okay. Oh, okay, coin stacks. Thank you. I will take that very much. Okay, this is an interesting base, or at least building. There we go. Got the Elf Wolf pelt. So now I'm gonna head back to the base and just keep chopping down trees, getting more saplings. I mean, we are gonna get this done. And honestly, we are gonna have a very nice base. Oh, wait, hold up. Pelt Trader's here today. I thought he was gonna be here later. But that's actually perfect because now I can get my giant sack without having to wait. What? This isn't... What? You always get a giant sack for this. I think they changed it. I mean, I don't even know what I need. A rifle I don't need any of these things. I mean, I'll just put strong flashlight, but usually you always get a giant sack for that. So that's actually interesting. Gonna start chopping down these trees. We have a ton of them right here. All right, just gotta start moving all of this over. It would be so nice if like crafting bench level or another building or something, you can make a forklift or a truck, I don't know, something to just carry absolutely absurd amount of items. You could just drive around. Maybe you'd have to like beat a boss to get it. Either way, I would want that so bad. Just drive the truck up to here, dump it all on the crafting bench, boom, 300 logs immediately. Or if you could even get a gianter sack, like a 100 sack slot sack. I don't know how you would get it. Maybe there'd be a class for it, cost 10 billion diamonds, but who knows? Hoping that they do stuff like that in the future because that would be very helpful. All right, Furniture Trader is back today. Let's go talk to him. I think I have more than 200 coins now. What should we get a lot of? Lights are always nice. We'll get a few arches, not too many. I don't think we're gonna need much. Beanbags are cool. Pillows aren't too cool, so we'll skip out on those for now. Picket fences are nice. We'll get those as well as some trellis fences. Barrels are always nice. Decor, flower vases, we'll get a few of those. Some buckets. I guess we could use a couple. Chairs, definitely gonna need those. We're just gonna spam those and then we're done. All right, so we're gonna bring all this back to the base, but still the first goal is actually building the hexagon. Now to build it, I mean, I think the camera view is actually gonna help quite a lot. There we go. Give me that. The giant sack. I was out looking for some scrap because we're gonna need some for torches, but got a giant sack on the way. That is perfect. There we go. Iron armor. Things are getting better now. What the what? Yo, what the no, yo, what? I just walked in a Charmin Ultra Soft commercial. What the? Yo, I'm fine. I don't need it. I don't need toilet paper, man. Dude, what? There's so many. Get me out of here, please. Get me up to the second story. I need second story. All right, here we go. Got the 10 torches. Place these all down just about here. Gonna move them later. What in the what? You can place them inside of it. That is weird. But this will give us the biggest possible base. So now for my plan. If I'm gonna actually, yeah, let me show you this. So here's what I'm thinking of doing, right? I need to build a hexagon, which is something like this shape right here. So we know the center point. We have our fire in the center, and I'm thinking in order to figure out where we're gonna have all of these sides, actually, hold on, let me move this. If I'm gonna do something like this. All right, this is better. This is what I'm actually trying to do. So I want to just bridge out a straight line, which will find this point right here. So we'll have this point for sure, and we'll have this point for sure doing the same thing. So using these 2 points, I'm wondering what I can do. If I could figure out what this point was, I could figure out probably everything else. Like these 2 points right here were good. It actually seems like this point, so this one right here, is about halfway in between this bottom point and our campfire. Hold up, I'm gonna ask ChatGPT if that's true. Oh, hold up. I actually, whoa, yo, I don't understand any of this. Dude, I'm good. But that is actually perfect. Dude, all right, this allows me to really easy find 2 vertices, and from then on, it should be easy to find the rest. And then we'll have a good hexagon, an almost perfect hexagon, I believe. Depends on how well we can fit inside the circle. All right, so let's take this out to the very far edge, just still doing this, and that'll bring us to right here. We'll cut it off right there. So that's our first point on the hexagon. The next thing we need to do is find the halfway point that is here. So what if I were to like try to match these up to try to do something? How would I do this? Maybe I could go like 1 wall on, or 3 walls here, 3 walls here. This actually might work. It's gonna be a little bit overkill, but this is what's gonna work. Okay, we've almost found our midpoint. All right, this is our midpoint right here. Like this did almost exactly our midpoint. Okay, so cool. We're just gonna go straight out then, and that should be our first vertex, or a second vertex found for the hexagon. So we're just gonna go straight, and right here's our limit. So I should be able to just go straight to that point right there. So we'll pick up all these. I am learning mathematics playing 99 Nights in the Forest right now. This is great. All right, so I should be able to. I'm not gonna snap to grid. No way. That's not even gonna work. I'm gonna have to do something like this, push it to its limit, and point it directly over there, keeping it as straight as it's not gonna be perfectly straight, but as straight as possible going to the tip of that wall right there. All right, this wall is gonna be really easy. I mean, we just go straight, and actually I'll be able to look from above how this looks in the game. From above, we'll see how the shape looks like. I think it should be great. All right, so we're out to right here. This should be the limit, and then we're gonna have to do something like this right here to try to get all the way to that vertex. So I'm gonna have to angle it in a little bit. There we go. All right, so if I go into free cam mode, oh, dude, this looks great so far. Look at this. Oh, that is mathematically pleasing. We got like a whole half trapezoid over here, which is exactly what you want, at least from how it looks. Oh, dude, this is gonna be insane. Let me get down a little bit lower. I'm still learning controls of this thing. If I have like a view this way of the base, oh, bro, this is about to be the best. Oh, dude, I'm so excited to have this new free cam. It's great. And you can look extra close at the eyebrow thickness. Look at this. There's like a second eyebrow for my eyebrow. Can you believe, bro? I have the eyebrow game right now. All right, but for real, this is looking fantastic. The math worked out perfectly. The base is gonna look very nice. All right, just cleared the level 2 stronghold. Got some thorn armor. I'll take that. And I think the furniture trader just came today, so that was perfect timing. See what he's got. So for rare items, we're just buying all those. Got bean bags. We'll take those. We want the trellis fence painted. Cloth frames will actually look pretty nice. And then some shrubs will be good for a farm. Flower bushes with that as well. Hedgerows could be pretty cool. I think I'm just gonna buy the curved ones though. I think that's good enough. And then I guess, I don't know what else I want to buy. There's nothing else that I really want. So I guess we could go with red brick table. Maybe 3 red brick tables. Well, hold on. Maybe all the red brick tables. Bunch of benches. Maybe we can make something with that. We'll see. Probably some kind of restaurant place. Oh, also we are so close to being done with the hexagon. Just wanted to get the furniture coins early as possible because I've been slacking a little bit. I forgot to go get that, but let's finish this off. All right, this will be the last few walls, and here is the last wall. Now to check if it's actually nice. Okay, will it look good? Let's see. All right, okay, not the most perfect thing you've ever seen in your entire life, but this is a massive, just ridiculously huge hexagon. It's a little bit wonky on these sides because I don't have the snap to grid, and this is just perfect right here. So that does look a little off, but looking at it from above, I think that is pretty good. I think that is pretty hexagonally. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, but now let's actually get to filling in the base, which actually makes me think, do we want to split the base? What if I split the base into 6 different sections? Like a hexagon sliced pizza. Maybe that would look cool. I think that would be pretty... We're going to need a lot of wood for that. But I think that actually would look pretty cool. So we're gonna have to do it. All right. Finally, I have been spending so much time on this. We're at about 2.5 hours into the video, and we finally have a beautifully separated hexagon. When it hits daytime, and hopefully it won't be raining, I will show you exactly what this looks like. All right, now this view is pretty cool, but this view is 10,000 times. Look at that, man. We got a hexagonal pizza. That is fantastic. Now what we can do with this is actually have a separate... Hold up. Did my fire just go out? Okay, no, we're good. I get maybe render distance. But now we can have a section for everything. So here could be a nice entrance section. We can have some kind of a farm area with this pond. Maybe a kids area like boys and girls right here. Something over here like oil drill and utilities, and maybe a restaurant right here. Hold up. All right, I have some pretty good ideas. Let's see what we could do. So the first thing I do want to do is go get all the kids, because we don't have even a single one at the base yet. Not a single bed, not a nothing. All right, I just got the first 3 kids, but the problem is I'm out of rifle ammo, or at least I only have 3 bullets left, and we have to take out 6 bears. So I'm actually gonna loot up a little bit, try to get some ammo, try to get something so we can finally get the 4th kid. Rifle ammo right here, that's good. Some right here. Looks like Winnie the Pooh is guarding it, but maybe I can sneak underneath. Yeah, there we go. Actually, that actually works. More back here. Hold up, I'm actually finding a lot of rifle ammo out of nowhere. Where is some more? Dude, what the what? They're right there. Why am I finding so much? I mean, I'll take it. Cannot complain. And there's more. Bro, what is my luck? That's some crazy luck. There we go. Got another bank back here. Furniture traders in town. Let's go hit them up. We have a bunch more coins. I have about 120. Now, designing the base is where this is all gonna come nicely together, because I can look at the base from here and I can see these guys pole vaulting into it. But when it's actually filled out and I think each of the sections are nice and laid out, I think it's gonna be pretty cool. All right, what do you have on this day? Painting portrait. We'll take one of those. I'll take some cloth frames. Do want some flower bushes and shrubs. I don't have any rocks yet either, so we'll take some of those. And then we'll just, I guess, get these things and some candles. Why not? But I think that might be all the furniture that we're gonna get for this, because we have a lot. I also have a lot of rifle ammo, so I should be able to pretty easily go and get the 4th kid. All right, drop all my stuff right here. And the 3 kids should go and find their places, hopefully. I actually have to make sure. What the what? Are you levitating? Yo, bro! Calm down, man. I can see you have some skills. I don't know what nation that's from, but you guys ever see that dance moves where it looks like the dudes are sitting in place and kicking out their legs? Yeah, that's what she's... Dude, she knows how to... Dude, what is your core strength? Somebody sit... Oh, yo, they're all doing it. Or at least 2 of them are doing it. Yo, dude, you guys were doing sit-ups in the sack or something? Dino Kid, why didn't you join in, man? Look at you using your legs. So normal. So weird. All right, so today, let's try to go get the 4th kid, and then we can really start placing our furniture. There we go. Got the key. Got a minute to spare. Everything went well. Got a red chest too. Hoping for the tactical shotgun. That will help a lot for raids that come on later. Dude, what is my luck? Gotten all the best items. I don't think I've gotten one riot shield in this game. This is the best run I've had since 1492, which is technically not a lie. Or actually, I don't know. I don't know what my best run has been so far, but this feels very, very good. No chance you're doing it too. No, stop it. Stop it. Use your legs. Use your all right, cool. We've got 3 children who know how to do some kind of crazy dance move from 1491. Dino Kid and I are very, very weird. I'm sorry to say it, but we are quite literally outnumbered by the floating children. Okay, now is where we start to make the nicest base in the game. Now, I do need the oil drill. That is going to be something that's going to help us to survive. So I'm thinking this area will most likely be our utility corner. So I'm going to point this way. So that way we have the oil drill right in here, but it's going to shoot out the oil barrels this way. And we have our map, sundial, and compass. I'm going to move those more towards the sides. Excuse me, floating child. Can you please let me work in peace? Go float somewhere else. All right, so sundial, we got to put kind of in the center. We always need shadows for it to work. The map, we could put right here. Feel like that fit. And then the compass off to the side of the sundial. So kind of more spaced out, but we'll definitely add something more to this room. This is really empty right now. But now we want to have a boys side and a girls side for the tents. So let me pick up all of those. Actually, I pick up one at a time so I know which one is which. So this is the blue tent. So if we have the blue tent back here and the purple tent in this corner, she gets to listen to an oil drill deep into the Earth's core, all the way down to molten lava at 17 billion degrees. So it's gonna be very warm around here, and she can just sleep nice and well. I love listening to loud drilling noises at 17 billion degrees. I think that'll actually raise the property value right here. She's gonna pay a lot in taxes. But now let's take the two other tents, and I'm trying to decide. I want this to be the entrance, this to be the farm, and I want the farm to be next to the restaurant. So it leaves us with this, which, I mean, I guess would be a cool kid's bedroom. There are what is it called? The posters in the way, but it's their faces. It's their family photos. They posed fantastically for their family photos. He was crying of joy. She just got off a roller coaster. He just saw what I looked like bald, and she saw what I look like when I'm not bald. So yeah, I think this is a fantastic place for the kids to set up shop. So we're gonna place a tent in each corner and build a bedroom for each of them. Which reminds me, we need to build the beds. I don't know if I'll be able to do all of that though. We got the old bed, regular bed, and good bed, but I need 12 more scrap for the giant bed. For now though, let's put them in the right places. Good bed will go to the Kraken, no, not Kraken kid, the koala kid. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting my own children's names. Everybody does that once in a while. All right, so she'll get the blue bed. Don't have that one yet. Okay, so we got the bed set up. We just need a little bit more scrap for the Kraken kid. So now oh nice, I got a piece of cake. But now we need to actually decorate this base, and I have so many things to place. It is not even funny, dude. So let's just wait. Actually, I have a good idea. I can put the stuff in the room I think it'd be nice to put them in. I don't know what this is. It's a really tiny cup, but I guess I could put it in the restaurant. So restaurant, just throw it in here. It's gonna be restaurant. Beanbag, kid's bedroom. Oh, throw that all the way over. Kid's bedroom. Painting portrait, kid's bedroom. And I'm just gonna keep doing this with pretty much everything. Trellis fence, we're gonna put that over there. Excuse me, miss, can you stop levitating in my way, please? Please, like now. It's literally your bed. Thank you. All right, everything is now sorted, and I even built a little bit of the entrance right here because I spilt my blue water. Yes, it was blue water that I spilled. I drink blue water, and I didn't feel like cleaning it up, so I decided to build this very nice architecture just so we could get over it, and then into the nice foyer, I guess we could call it. But you must get past Kevin first. No one gets to the base without first having approval directly from Kevin himself. And then we got Nemo. Can he go? Okay, he can't go inside the water, but he can be near the water, all right? Nemo's water is not like this one. Nemo, can you breathe in there? Okay, no, I see the bubbles. He's breathing in there. He's just not moving. Don't fish need to, wait, hold up, wait, hey, yo, wait, don't fish need to move to breathe? So is this some kind of government spy drone? Bro, birds aren't real, and now these things aren't real. But now we can also add a little bit of furniture to the entryway. So like back here, we can have a nice little hangout area with a mushroom couch. I also have a small puddle right here. We could just, I guess, add this off to the side for some extra looks. It does match, it matches perfectly. We have a rideable sign too, and a wall-mounted sign. So I think what we could do is put it right here and say, biggest hexagon base. Kevin is here. Boom. Okay, so that will make all of these scammers go away. Trying to steal from me. Kevin will instantly pulverize their pinky fingers. And then we have a rideable sign. I got it. I know exactly what to put. There we go. This is Kevin. Perfect. Now we got some mushrooms. We'll put them around back here. Kind of one over off to the side here. These give off their own glow. It's kind of cool. Now we're not 100% done. This right side over here is a bit empty. We're gonna be moving these things eventually. But for now, this is what we got for the entrance. Now let's focus on the hardest probable part, or probably the hardest part, which is gonna be the farm. I'm gonna put our oil over here. Kevin knows how to drink oil for breakfast. He is the only person alive who can drink oil without dying. And the secret is in the fact that he is, in fact, not a government spy drone like this fish who still hasn't moved and his eye is diagonal. Bro, I do not trust this fish. I'm keeping him far away from all the important stuff. He's near the entrance. But now for the farm. I actually do want to build a bunch of farm plots. So let's pick up these ones over here as well. So I do want to make this as nice as possible. It's a little bit hard to figure out what I want to do. Now these saplings, I don't think I'm going to need them. But just in case, you know what? Let me actually plant these. I'm going to plant these for right now. We're going to build the restaurant first. I'm going to plant these so we can get more farm plots. I'm not going to plant all of them. I'll plant a decent bit of them. Like this many's good. And then for the rest of them, we'll just put down here because I'll at least have them for later and they're not seeable. Yeah, there you go. Can't even tell. But now let's build the restaurant. Now I have some crazy ideas for the restaurant because we have, where in the world am I? Okay, there we go. I have a gazebo. Now this is going to be a VIP table. I mean, look at this thing. You put a table on top of it, I think it's going to be cool. So I think back here is kind of uneven, kind of not that great. Here is a little bit more even. So what I can do is have this be here, and I'm begging to the developers of this game, please let me place a table on this. Hold up, what in the world? Where's my table? I can't, what? Oh, there it is. Okay. So please, bro, why, man? No, dude. No, man. Imagine I'm gonna put a table up here. This is gonna be Kevin's table, reserved only for him, a VIP. Okay, so that's a bummer. I don't know if we could place anything on it, but I'm gonna have to find another use for it. I was thinking of making a private table, a really cool, really private, just nice vibe, everything, but can't do that. So we're gonna have to figure out something else. Maybe we could put it back here, but that's like useless. There's no point of putting a gazebo anywhere. Maybe, you know what? This is what the gazebo is gonna be used for. If you are an oil tech maintenance guy, you can look at my oil drill and let me know if anything's wrong with it. So far, everything seems to be going pretty smoothly. But now let's actually grab all of our tables, and I want to spread these out nicely. We also, okay, wait, hold up. This could be a nice private thing. We have a canopy, and this thing's huge. So yeah, we could have this be a nice private table. Kind of put it back here, and then we could have a wooden table to match the canopy's wood. Where are our chairs at? Yo, did I not buy? There we go. Okay, I don't know how I can't find these things. Okay, so we have 10 old chairs. Gonna put them. Gotta be careful how I do it. There's like holes in the ceiling that I have to line up with. All right, there we go. It's a little bit off, but I kind of have to get it through these holes in the ceiling. But we have a nice private table. Now we're not done. We're not even close to done. We still gotta add decorations, but we're building the frame of what we want so far. So let me drop these chairs. I have wooden tables and red brick tables. I think I have stump tables as well. Or actually, no, I think I put those for the farm as decoration. All right, yeah, for now, all we have are these tables. Okay, so cool. We have a red brick table. Boom, put that back here. We have another one. Boom, put that back here. Another one. We'll put that smack dab in the center. Switch to wooden table. Put that over here. Another wooden table. Put that, not here, but right here. That would be kind of nice. Another wooden table. We'll put that in the back. Boom. We have it nice and spread out. I actually do want to move this a little bit over here. The reason I don't put a table right here is because we need a nice VIP entrance straight to it. Hopefully levitating children won't be in the way when customers come, but all the way out to the base, which now that I think about it, this workshop or workbench is perfectly blocking the entrance. All right, so now for chairs. Wooden chairs will go with the wooden tables, and we have 6 chairs. So we're gonna do 2 at each table. There we go. All right, so now we actually have red brick benches and gray brick benches. So for these, we're gonna place these around. We have a lot of them. So this looks nice. We'll do the same thing back here. How would you look at that? Our first customers are trying to break into the restaurant. They really want this VIP table, but they can't have it. So I only have 1 or 2 red brick benches left. So I guess we could do a table for 2 style like this. That's not bad. Yeah, okay. This looks good so far. We just need to add the decoration. We have our first customers breaking in, but these people do not pay. They just murder. You know, I'm actually kind of glad that it's working out this way. I don't know why, but it seems like all the cultists are spawning in one spot, which allows me to just take them out pretty quick. Okay, so let's make this look very nice. Toadstool large. We're gonna put that kind of right here as a nice little thing in front of the VIP table, and another one we can put right behind it for a nice little glow. Now we have some cups. I've never used these before. Can you just place them on any? Yeah, you can just place them right here. All right, so you guys are lucky enough to get cups. Now they are the yellow cups that I got from Chuck E. Cheese, and I drew inside of them with crayons, but you get cups nonetheless. You get liquid. You get to survive. The rest of these people get to die with food. Just no water. If you want water, you can come over here and drink. We just don't have a wet floor sign. Fairy lights though, that will make everything look pretty nice. If I place these in the right spots, kind of in between everything, I think it'll make it look a lot nicer. Yeah, so far this looks a little bit better. We have some plates. All right, you guys are getting plates, but only 2 of you. Oh, never mind. 2 of you are getting 5 plates. 2 of you just got done at the all-you-can-eat buffet and managed to eat more than all you can eat. Drink up. I guess these 2 cups are for you then, not for 4 people. No. Maybe this chair here will be the extra chair for your food. Your food will grow sentient and start eating with you. All right, well that's interesting. Candles. All right, candles. We're gonna actually give these. What the what? No way. You can't place these on table. Can you? Okay, wooden tables you can place them on. That's good. Not sure why the stone tables don't allow you to, but we'll put candles on these wooden tables over here. You people don't get candles. All right, if you can eat that much food, you clearly see what you're doing. Lantern cylinders. These we could put. What the what? You can't. Hold up. Why? Why can't you put? Oh, that sucks. All right, so we could put them, I guess, in the corner here like this, and like this. At least give them some lighting. And then put another one right here, and then why not a second one for this table? We also have a clownfish chair. All right, well this is not going here. We're actually gonna put this over in the entrance, so you have a little extra chair to hang out with. We have Goofy Chair Central over here. Yeah, this if you want to go to a doctor's office and feel uncomfortable, these are the kind of seats they have. Cool. All right, we're good. Amaryllis. We got some flowers to add over here. Can you put those on top of tables? Okay, you can. All right, you're gonna be sniffing a flower your entire meal. Your head, my head, will fit in this flower. I will sniff the last particle out of this flower if it is the last thing I do. All right, guys, give me like 20 minutes and I'll be back. I even have my hands on it like I'm ready to eat this thing. All right, but for the rest of the flowers, like normal people enjoy flowers, we'll just put them around for some nice ambiance. We'll do like something like this. Got some daisies. We'll do something similar. Boom, right here. Let's have some flower vases. I think we can do something with this. It sucks you can't place them on these tables. It might be only the red ones too. I'm pretty sure you were able to place stuff on the gray ones. But actually I have the perfect amount of flower vases for the wooden tables. So wooden tables get candles and flowers, and this person gets the flower. All right. Well, actually, hold up. I think we've placed almost everything. Oh yeah, also, I hit day 99. It only took me 3 hours and 15 minutes is closer. 3 hours and 15 minutes, guys. New world record. All right, we have a mushroom couch, but I'm gonna place that over here. We gotta have a very nice hangout area, you know? It's where all the people love to hang out and chill. You know what? We're gonna do one of these. We got a nice little V couch, or L couch, but not fully an L couch. Got some fairy light singles, so we'll put that over here. Or at least we had one fairy light single. Now these gray brick benches, I can't think of a use for them yet, so we'll leave those. Red brick tables, not gonna use any more of those. And I think with that, that is so far our restaurant. I feel like we might do a little bit more. But that's what we got so far. It looks pretty nice. And I think that's 1 out of 6 sections done. Now, the entrance is kind of done, but we have so much to do. All right, so for the farm, we gotta have more farm plots, which I finally have enough wood for. So we're gonna have all 20 in here. It's gonna be kind of narrow. wall. Now I have an idea. I think this would look actually pretty satisfying. I want to do a line on both sides of the walls here, just going straight to the end. So we'll do something like this, and then over here we'll do the same thing. But I do need it to be kind of far from the wall. So like this. Because I have an idea. Alright, well, we did need more than 10 farm plots, but so far I don't think I'm going to use these 8. I actually have an idea. So, we have trellis fence painted. We're going to do something like this. We go over here, and we're just going to keep on going and see if we can make something nice out of this. I think I have a lot of trellis fences, but we're going to separate them. Now we have a birdhouse. So we're going to actually be decorating this pretty nice. This is going to be a farm, and also like a genuine place to be. Birdhouse is going to be right here, so they can drink from the water, have a nice little home. That is a very tiny birdhouse. I did not use the inside of this very well. I literally, it's just a hole. There's not even a nice indoor like square shape like the outside is. It's just a hole. But let's see, move the trellis fences here. All right, I think we should have enough to do what I want to do. Let's check it out though. Okay, yeah, we're definitely gonna have enough. Now I don't like the green on these. It just blends in too much with the grass. So we're gonna have to pick a different color. Green works with the farm, you know, vegetables and all that. But then again, don't like the matching grass color. So we have this so far. So it disconnects the farm from this area, which I'm gonna make look really nice. Just gonna spam a bunch of decorations all over the place, and I genuinely think it'll look good. But for now, I want to have a row of flower bushes and shrubs along the back of our farms. I think that would look really nice. All right, so let's see what we can do. We have flower bushes and shrubs. I'm just gonna try to use whatever we got, just kind of sparingly, not use too much of it. All right, other side. Okay, actually, I didn't have to use all of them. Maybe I could place another one. Nah, I kind of like it this way. So we'll put this off to the side. Then we'll put the shrubs in between, kind of like this. And that actually looks pretty nice. So we'll do the same thing here. Dude, I genuinely think this could be my best looking base of all time. Look at what we've got so far. This is just, it's compartmentalized. It's very cool. So now that we have the sides done as far as I think we have it done, let's make the center look very nice. So for here, we're going to put a fairy lights arch at the center because it's a genuine place to go into. It's a nice experience. And then we'll just put some stuff all around, just kind of spreading them out randomly, and that'll make it look very natural. We can even put a shrub in here from the leftover one that I had. And I'm trying to find a good place for these stump tables. There's not really many though. It kind of have to go in the back here. All right. And with that, we have a decent area. Not the greatest. I think what would help would be some lanterns. So I do believe I'll be able to take these lanterns from the restaurant and the lighting won't suck. It'll be a little bit dimmer, but it still looks pretty good. And I think it'll make the restaurant, or no, the farm look a lot better. So we'll put these in some random places, just like this. And there we go. I think that lights up the farm a little bit nicely, or a little bit nicer. All right, so we'll see. We'll probably get some more stuff later for this. I don't know how many coins I have though. Also, we have the deer staring at us. That's very nice. Farm just grew in. Now this looks better. Okay, that might have been what I was missing. Now we do the kids' bedrooms. We have a picnic blanket. I think we could do something very nice with this and have a nice picnic area right here, because boys do not like to sit down and eat quietly. They like to throw their food and eat 10,000 pounds of it, to the point your grocery bill is double what it would be without a kid. But besides that, and I'm totally not calling out myself or anything like that, let's see what we can do. We're gonna do a cloth frame. Actually, no, that's not a thing for, that's kind of weird for boys. We're gonna do a cloth frame for the girls' tents though. We could actually do cloth frames all the way around like this, and I think that looks pretty cool. Bro, this girl, she's gonna think she's a princess. That is perfect. All right, Kraken Kid, you get to be a princess too. Wait, do I have more? Please tell me I have more. Oh man, I don't want to be out. There we go, cloth frames. Okay, perfect. I actually have a lot more cloth frames. I wonder what we could do with this. But for now, let me place these and then take our paintbrush, paint it nice and blue, and then same thing over here but purple, and I think that looks pretty nice. That's not bad. If only we could paint the beds though. Actually, I have an idea. We could use a stump table right here for the picnic blanket. This will be your actual table. There we go. Put a good use to that. Now we have a ton of bean bags. So many bean bags. So I'm wondering, what can we do with these? I don't think it'd be wise to put it around the picnic blanket, so I guess the boys are getting some some bean bags. We're gonna have a nice area here. And the furniture trader just showed up. This is fantastic. Let me place these bean bags down though. So they each have their own thing of bean bags. And let me paint them the right colors. Dino Kid will give him a... He's a little bit more of a faint red. So no, that one doesn't match. This one matches perfectly. Well, maybe not perfect. I don't know. I think this is the closest we can get. And then yellow. So when these kids have businesses and they say, come into my office, this is what you'll see. This is the best office I've ever seen in my life. We have some fairy lights. Let me give those to the girls' tents, both front and back. All right, we're going to place our leaf pinwheel back here. Would look nice in the farm, but we do need a very weird entranceway because we already have the weird doctor's office thing going on back there. So we got to keep the trend going. But now let's take the log stools and put them around the picnic blanket. I think that'll look pretty nice. Yeah, just like this. Nice 5 seats. Now we have these gray brick circle things. I think these will look nice in the farm because I can do something like this if I can get it right. Why is it? Oh, I think you have to place these first and then you place the lanterns. Let me also give a nightstand to each of the kids. Wait, hold up. I think I might be... Yeah, okay. I'm placing it backwards. Hold on. Let me redo that. Okay. And now I can finally see the stone lanterns. These are going to be very nice. These have a very nice look to them. We can also place them on top of the stumps. Okay, that's nice. I have lantern cones. Maybe I could put those in the center here. I think that would look pretty cool. Stone lanterns. I mean, I have 2 more, but I don't want to like flood this place. Maybe up front will be good. There's not too much lighting up front. Now my lantern cylinders, I have 4 of them. I'll place 1 back here, and then I'm gonna go give 1 to each of the tables again, because I think that'll look very nice. All right, there we go. Everything's coming together. Slowly but surely. I have so much stuff to place, I gotta be creative with it too. So let's see, what can we do here? We can do something like cloth frames behind the kids' beds, just like this. Maybe along the wall. Yeah, that's a cool idea. The entire like side is the girl's color. So the koala kid gets a bunch of purple, Kraken kid gets a bunch of blue. Oh, dude, I have 10 of these. Yo, we can make this entire... Dude, this is gonna be fantastic. All right, where else can I put these? I mean, put a little bit on this side here. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I have a fantastic idea. Put one in the center, and then we can put one here, and a couple here on this side for her. And then I can figure out what color blue and purple mixed together is and put that as the center one. Okay, so we want a soft bluish purple. Is that a thing? Oh, wait, hold up. I think this is it. Maybe this. No, it's too purple. This would be a nice mix. So this will be the center because it's a mix of their colors. And then she will have them be all pink. And then she'll have them be all blue. Okay. Now we have 2 buckets. Let me place these 2. Can't forget about this. I'll place them closer to the water. Boom. All right. This place is really packed. Looks nice. Dude, the cultists are giving up. They're not. Look, they're both just standing on watch. They're admiring the base. We have 1 single colorful fairy light single. This is actually a rare item now. So we'll put it in the center right here. We also have some hedgerow curved. So we could do something like this. A nice little extra ambiance kind of feel vibe thing to the picnic table. It feels a little bit more like a forest. And then because I have a little bit more, we can do something like this, where it's a little nook for the light. Boom. All right. That looks nice. That actually does add a little bit to this base. Then we have picket fences, not trellis fences. Don't need those anymore, I don't think. But we have picket fences, and I'm thinking we could do something. What we'll do with the boys. Oh, I'm starving to death. Oh, I don't have anything to eat. Hold up. All right, get something over here. I'll just eat up. These things will regrow. All right, there we go. But for the picket fences, I want to add kind of like a neighborly, or not a neighborly, but neighborhood-like feel to their bases. So yeah, he's got a nice picket fence going into his place. I like that. Same thing for the Dino Kid. There we go. Now his is already pretty much perfect color, I think, unless maybe it's the darker one. Nope. Yep, perfect color. So we only have to change this to be the lighter red. Perfect. Very, very nice. We got more bean bags. We have a painting portrait. We can put that back here. The most beautiful painting in the world. What will it be? It is the deer trying to pretend to be a YouTuber. and making a thumbnail face during a beautiful sunset. Yo, that is a dog. Hold up. No, that's a straight up dog. Where are your antlers? Bro, alright, well, fair enough. But they have a nice painting to look at and to admire. Now for the bean bags. We have so many of these left. I mean, we could just... Oh, wait, I have an idea. Do something like this where they converge and we'll have the colors come in together. Not mix like we did with the girl side. But we'll have them have a clear separation in the middle. Just like this. You can tell whose side is whose. And with that, I mean, we have so much of this base done. Look at this farm. It's beautiful. The restaurant. I would eat here. The boys' base have a nice beanbag array, neighborhood-like fences, and the girls have, I mean, just a crazy... Oh, wait, hold up. I forgot to paint these. But the girls have a crazy amount of cloth frames, making it super nice. Nice little picnic place, beds, bookshelves, all that. The only thing I'm thinking of doing is adding some more utility to back here. Gonna add a colorful fairy light arch right here as well, so you can walk into the girls' base. So for the utility area, we can add an ammo crate would be cool, a biofuel processor, a radar, some shelving would look nice, a freezer, all those kinds of things. So let me go out and get a bunch of wood and scrap. I cannot wait to see what this thing looks like overhead. Dude, it's gonna be so cool. Even looking at it earlier when it was empty overhead was cool. Furniture trader's back. Well, about to die though. Now we actually have some good items for what I need. More mushrooms, stone pillars, plates for the very, very, very hungry people back at the base. Lanterns will be cool. And another lush canopy. That is good. That we can use. I think that'll actually make the outside, or not the outside, but the entrance look very nice. All right, so let's see. Lush canopy. We're putting this back here. 100%. This will look nice. We got a nice little windmill. We have some stone pillars as well. So we could put them on the sides right here. Is a nice little extra thing to add. Makes it look kind of more like a Roman place. We have some street lanterns. We could try to do something with that. Maybe here would be kind of nice. Not too nice. Maybe we can have them be like this. Little midway lanterns for the farm. And then for the plates, oh, we know who's getting those plates. Oh, we know who's getting those plates. Hey, guys, I know you ate the entire restaurant's worth of food, but we managed to find more. So eat up and try not to die of a heart attack. All right, we got another birdhouse. We can have bird neighbors. So one birdhouse to the left and one birdhouse to the right. Got some more mushrooms. We'll put that under the gazebo, or not a gazebo, but the canopy here. And there we go. That fills it in pretty nicely. And you know what? For some lighting, we'll put in the street lantern to the side. And we do have bean bags left over, so we might as well use them right here. Make them a nice green to match everything. Oh, wait, that reminds me. We forgot about the fences back here. I do want these to have a nice color. Maybe a light blue would look kind of cool. A white could look cool. We'll try white. Yeah, actually, I like white. This fits very nicely. All right, now let's build some of our cool stuff. Freezer, we got that. Shelving we'll build if we need it. Radar, biofuel processor, ammo crate. Now let's make this a little bit more filled in. So the biofuel processor, we can put this in the back right here. Ammo crate, we can have, I think the front side is opposite me, so we can have that be right over here-ish. Right here is nice. Radar, this is the front side. We'll put that right there. And the freezer, we will put that right here. So although it's not totally filled in, it's a lot more than it was. So actually for shelving, I don't know. I don't want to put shelving right in the middle. Actually, we can put shelving right in the middle. I have an idea. Dude, my creative juices have just been drained of this video. I have been doing everything possible to make this the most creative base in the world. Well, not literally everything. If I did literally everything, I'd be here all day, but this has been a very nice build. Now we have a center shelving unit, which sits in the center of the room and looks very nice. And then for our oil barrels, I have an idea. We could put them right here, just like this, stack them on top of each other. If I can get it to work, we'll just do this. And the gas canisters we'll put right here. Boom. All right, all the fuel's right next to the oil drill. Very nice. And with that, I think we are done. Take this defensive blueprints. I don't know where we could add these in the base. Don't even need these. We're just gonna take all of these things and throw them to Narnia. You go to Narnia, you go to Africa, you go to Zimbabwe, which is also in Africa, Antarctica for you, Mars, why not? Pluto, not a planet anymore, so we'll actually send 3 of them to Pluto. Pluto probably feels lonely and sad. All right, as we can see, they all made it to their final destinations, but with this, we can do the final base tour. And what I want to see first, while we still have daylight, is what this base looks like overhead. Now, actually, I do need to pick up these torches and put these in the right places, but for now, we are going to just take a look at what this looks like overhead. Oh, dude, look at this! Look at this farm, the restaurant, the nice bedrooms we got going on here. Oh, dude, this is amazing. I can already see what I want to do, too. I'm going to add some torches to right here to lighten it up a bit. We can add some torches back here to lighten it up a bit. But bro, look at this. This is not... Dude, is this what every base looks... Okay, I can't really see anymore, but if this is what every base looks like, I have been missing out on a view. All right, well, let's add some torches, and then we can do the base tour. The torches we're going to put just kind of in the middle-ish here, like this. Light it up a bit more, and then we'll do the same thing for the boys' side. Do a torch right here and right here. So that is just insane, the base we have right now. And finally, we can do the biggest hexagon base tour in 99 Nights in the Forest. So, coming in, we have our sign. Kevin is here, warning all intruders. Some nice bridges going over the water that I spilled, with Kevin right here to greet you. If he doesn't like you, you will not be allowed in, and you will probably even die. Looking into Kevin's eyes without his permission will, in fact, cause death. Then over here, we have some nice areas. Little hangout area there, little hangout area there. Very nice little entryway into our base. Now, please hop over this literal industrial grinder. Try not to die. And you will see we have 5 other compartments to this base. Off to the right here, we have our utility room, where I'm going to stack this oil barrel real quick on top of here. We have our ammo crate, radar, boost pad, freezer, some shelving for stuff we might need to store later, even though I'm going to leave right after this. Biofuel processor, compass sundial map, and oil drill with the stuff right next to it. Very, very nice. But taking a left instead of a right, you will find our farm decked out with so many decorations. Very, very beautiful, especially from overhead. And coming to the place right next to it is our restaurant. If you would like to be seated, please go ask Kevin, but be careful. Again, he might kill you. We have a nice private area over here for those who are inclined to eat the entire world's of food supply. And over here we have the normal people who eat decent amount of food, except for this guy who loves to put his entire head inside of a flower. I mean, it must smell fantastic, but I don't see the intrigue. But for our final 2 compartments, we have the boys and the girls bedrooms, and honestly, pretty much houses. It's like a duplex for each of them. We have yellow beanbags, red beanbags, picket fences for both of them. Looks very nice, and most importantly, the painting of the dog or bear or female wait, hold up. Is this the deer's wife? Is this the dude? If this is the deer's wife, we have just broken all lore in this game. That would be insane. But coming over here, we have the girls' side with a nice little archway to come through. Picnic area right here. Very, very calming. And they have their own colors that mesh into a color right here in the center. And finally, now that it's turning daytime, the very last look overhead of the biggest hexagon base in 99 Nights in the Forest. Just behold the beauty. Absolutely amazing. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and click on this video right here.